Get your plane out to the tropics. You looking right, you do your thing, I know you got it, girl. They see it like they go insane, they wanna stop it. The way we move 'em out the way, we out of pocket, girl. We out in Houston, I'm ballin' like I'm a rocket, yeah. Let's hit the city tonight and let's get it poppin', girl. If you wanna get it tonight, then we going shopping, yeah. If I wanna get it, I cop it soon as they drop it, girl. Soon as they drop it.
Girl, you got me in the zone, you got me in the zone with you.
All I wanna do is get along with you. Let's get on, girl, I wanna go home with you. All I wanna do is get along with you. I guess I'ma need you to give me a minute. I guess I'ma need you to let me just hit it a minute. You sexy, I'm getting up in it. I needed a wife in my life, I'ma live it a minute. You pretty, I get it, so I'ma give in to my feelings. I'm feeling it, I'ma admit it. I gotta give it 150%, I'ma give it cause I've been committed. So I'ma just get it and call it a day. Been with the women and all of them pay. Feeling the different is all I'ma say. It's silly, I really be calling you bae. Ayy, ayy, I get it, they really be all in the way. Ayy, bae, tonight I'ma hit it and girl I'ma stay. It's your vibe and it's your style and I get so high when I see you smile. Let you ride me for a mile cause you be driving me so wild. And you know I be on the prowl, but you know how to calm me down. And you know I'ma be around cause you know I be in your town. Forget that clown, hit me now and I'm out, baby, I be on the way. She said promise me you coming, she said promise me don't play. I said nah, let's leave the day. Let's go fly Montego Bay. So rockin' Sprite on a private flight, everything on me, girl, we gon' pay. Yeah, we gon' pay. Yeah, everything on
This
me.
whole time you didn't know that?
Yeah, I'ma send you a card.
Nah,
Yeah.
I told you. Facebook,
Yeah.
Twitter, YouTube.
Let's book a flight, let's get your plane out to the tropics. You looking right, you do your thing, I know you got it, girl. They see it like they go insane, they wanna stop it. The way we move 'em out the way, we out of pocket, girl. We out in Houston, I'm ballin' like I'm a rocket, yeah. Let's hit the city tonight and let's get it poppin', girl. If you wanna get it tonight, then we going shopping, yeah. If I wanna get it, I cop it soon as they drop it, girl. Soon as they drop it.
Girl, you got me in the zone, you got me in the zone with you.
We haven't
All I
started
wanna
yet.
do is get along with you. Let's get on, girl, I wanna go home with you. All I wanna do is get along with you. I really don't need you to tell me you love me. I really just need you to tell me you want me. I really just need you to creep and just sit on the beach in the heat where it's sunny. He wanted the money. They wanted my honey, they wanted it from me. But they ain't getting mine, they wanted the dime, I
got
wanted
40
the 20.
seconds
Ain't it funny when I say let's leave? I'm sure that she gon' come. We acting up, she got me cracking up. My shorty, she so fun. Rises up, let's pack a bag and hit the shore and beach for once. And since I can't stop thinking about her, then I'm sure that she the one.
You got me in the zone with you.
All I wanna do is get along with you. Let's get on, girl, I wanna go home with you. All I wanna do is get along with you. Let's book a flight, let's get your plane out to the tropics. You looking right, you do your thing, I know you got it, girl. They see it like they go insane, they wanna stop it. The way we move 'em out the way, we out of pocket, girl. We out in Houston, I'm ballin' like I'm a rocket, yeah. Let's hit the city tonight and let's
Pause the video, get the camera. 3, 2, 1.
Am I live? Are we live? We're live. We're live.
Can you hear me?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Yeah.
friends and acquaintances, mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, nieces and nephews, uncles and aunts.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the 9th, I believe, 10th episode of the DJ Focus Podcast. Let's get a round of applause for that. Round of applause for that. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, we popping bottles on them.
Hold on.
You know, I normally tell them to pop the bottles off camera, but you know, big AC in the house. We're going to make a exception to the rule.
I don't do nothing without no champagne.
You know, champagne guard in the house.
For real though.
You understand what we saying here?
Yeah,
You understand
cheers
us?
to 10 episodes.
Shout out to what now?
Shout out to 10 episodes.
Shout out to 10 episodes. I'm going to need you to scream at us in the mic. Last thing I hate, if we go watch this back tomorrow, we can't.
Can't hear that? Yo, shout out to 10 episodes.
There we go.
Yeah, you know, that's what I do. I do that for a living.
That's his what he do. He screams at people for a living. This is AC, the host. Well, I'm going to let him introduce himself. We're going to get into the introductions first. And look, the panel is not done. You know, rest of the panel on CP time, so they coming late, but we're going to go live. But right now, we're going to get into the introductions for our panelists that we have here. We're going to start to my right with the one who needs no introduction, but we're going to introduce her anyway.
Hello guys, this is Lola, you know, the big one, not the little one, you know. Lola gonna hustle, you know.
That's it.
Add me on the gram, at Big on Lola, you know. So BIGON.LOLA.
And can we get some shameless plugging going on? What we got going on?
We got the brunch April 16th. We got the fight party April 22nd, and I got some other stuff that's going on in May. So, yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
And make sure you reserve those tables.
Make sure you reserve those tables. May 14th, we got.
Because the brunch looking real, you know what I mean?
I'm already ahead to the next brunch. May 14th is the next. Let's do it Let's do it the 16th first. That brunch, you better reserve your table now. We almost sold out. That joint is a whole vibe.
That
it's a whole
flyer looking
situation.
massive.
Oh my God. Yeah, that thing is crazy. That thing is crazy. And so, next to you, to my right, of your right and your left, we have. Introduce yourself, beloved.
Yo,
For the people who don't know.
my name, AC Sativa, better known as AC the host. Yeah, man. Yeah, your favorite Triple OG 03, you know what I'm talking about?
Hey.
Yeah, you know, in the building with my brother Fo.
My bruh.
What's good, man?
You know,
Thank
ain't
you for
nothing
having
changed since
me.
lunchtime. It's my day one right there.
Yeah, for real, for
You
real.
feel me? My day one.
In a real
A1.
way. In a real way.
In a real way. And we're going to get into that in a minute, man,
Yeah.
because, you know, this guy right here, he done traveled to new heights and new, you know, mountaintops and all of that.
Yeah, just
And,
like you, what we were supposed to do.
You know, we did,
Yeah.
but the ground up was crazy.
Yeah.
And what we've been through was crazy. So we definitely going to get into that
100.
in just a little bit. So I'm supposed to ask everybody my list, which I never do, but I'm going to start today. So name, occupation.
Hold on.
Oh,
Professor, do your thing.
you said what?
Professor, because he ain't introduced.
Oh. Well, I wanted to finish with him though. I wanted to finish. That's what I said. Don't worry, I ain't leaving him out. So,
Why?
name, occupation, relationship status, social media platform.
So I gave you my name, AC the host, better known AC Sativa, whichever one you want to call me. What am I? My occupation? I do dope shit. I'm the host, man. Currently running Love's Lounge over there in Allentown, 1019 Union Boulevard. What else you want to know? What's the other
And
question?
relationship status.
7 years in.
7 years in.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no doubt.
Hey.
In a real way. What's up, Sin?
All right.
What else you
Okay.
need?
Turn that fan off. And then we have social media platforms.
Social media platforms. Everything for me is AC underscore the host. THEHOST.
THE.
All across the board. Twitter, Instagram, except for Facebook. That's AC Sativa.
Lola always get mad at me when I drop my phone. God damn it, if you drop that phone one more time. You try sitting on this stool, goddamn it. See if you'll drop that fucking phone.
Always. Every episode.
All right, and last but not least, my co-host, my other co-host, my partner. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, y'all know who it is. Professor Bars, Hip Hop's formula, Pen plus Pad plus Mike equals MC squared. Y'all can see me on Professor Bars on YouTube. You can also check my Facebook and Instagram. I got a few battles on YouTube as well. I hope y'all ready for another crazy ass discussion.
Yeah, we are.
It's
Okay.
about to get vicious.
It's about to get vicious, crazy. He's also the writer for the show, in case you don't know. And this guy does his job like he's supposed to get done every single week. He emailed me the itinerary yesterday. I'm like, bro, you did it again. So we're going to get into some dope-ass discussion. Okay, the first question that I want to ask this esteemed panel of mine is I think a question that is age-old. It goes back to the beginning of time. I believe they asked this question in the scriptures. I believe they asked this question amongst kings and queens of old.
Yeah.
And that question is, can you turn a hoe into a housewife?
Well, can you?
Well, can you? I think that's a valid question to ask our esteemed panel. We are a relationship podcast, right? This is what we do, right? So there's a lot of people who are about to get in relationships who want to know if it's possible to turn that little, you know, girl they just met that might not have had the most virtuous past into somebody who is, you know, worthy of love and commitment and such and such and so and so. Oh, wait a minute. We got another panelist finally came up.
Okay.
On CP time over here.
Oh.
Come on, Ashley.
I hate you.
Join the panel.
Could have waited.
Join the panel right on the perfect time. All right, Ashley. Before we ask you the question, we're gonna let you introduce yourself. Go ahead, lift that mic up. We're gonna let you introduce yourself. Wait up there, Baba.
No.
We're gonna let you introduce yourself. I need name, occupation, relationship status, social media.
Name and what?
Name, occupation, relationship status, social media.
You already know my name is Ashley. My occupation, I'm a CNA. Currently doing some other things.
Okay.
My relationship status is I'm single and I'm
Right.
not interested.
Single and not ready to mingle.
Right.
Okay.
And my social media is my name, Ashley McAvoy.
Spelled correctly. No underscores.
MCAVOY.
Okay. All right. Ashley underscore dot. 2 guns up. 3 bullets to the. Oh. McAvoy. I'm sorry.
I can't.
Right.
All right. So, Miss McAvoy, now that you're here, you can join the discussion. So, the first question of the night, our warm-up question of the night is: can you turn a hoe into a housewife? Or it's 2023, I can't say that. Can you turn a promiscuous woman into a woman who is worthy of marriage? We're going to start with Lola Chanel. Can you or can't you turn a
You know she been thinking about this like all day too. Like, what a
turn a
boss
slow into a housewife?
Honestly, I feel like you can, cause like people change every day, so her past should not dictate on her future. So you got some people who just want to be hoes, and you got some people that just want to be hoes and settle down until they find the right one. But I feel like you can. That's me.
You
personally. You can.
Okay.
You tap
Okay.
dancing on
You see that?
She
You see how she Harlem shaked around that way?
She got to hold it down for the female so she
I
can't
don't
go.
know because like I ain't never been in no no situation like that, so I really can't speak on that. But like I think you can. Like it
Alright, but-
depends.
I'm sure you done had some hoe friends. It's like, do you think they are capable of change?
For the right person, yeah.
Okay, so yes. AC, what you thinking, beloved brother? Can you turn a promiscuous woman?
Promiscuous woman.
Oh,
So listen, can I
Blind.
curse? Can I curse or are we keeping it?
I think there was about
You said
317,000 curses on the DJ Focus podcast.
we try to limit it.
But we trying to be better. But, shit happens.
So yeah, I was going to say forgive me ahead of time. So listen, to answer your question for me, it's like yeah. So it's what type of hoe we talking about? Are we talking about like like a hoe that go she using it to get some money, or are we talking about a hoe that like don't have no respect for herself? She just out here getting trashed by everybody up and down the block type of thing. I feel like there's a certain part of it. Listen, absolutely, there's a certain part of it where it's like, look, that's shit that men put on women, you know what I mean, to devalue women a lot of times, you know what I mean? Because you and I both know, like, most men know, like, a lot of men really start out as hoes, a good percentage, you know what I mean? Like, but it's okay for us to do it. It's not okay for women to do it. So I try not to use that type of shit too much. But with that being said, I don't even make it like a sexual thing, man. Everybody's good for change. It's like somebody that's a junkie one day. One day you can clean yourself up, man. Does that not mean you're not deserving of love? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Of course. You
So-
know what I
so-
mean?
Good
So everybody
combination.
could change
Right.
at a certain point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from what I took away from that is that there's varying levels of hoe, right?
It ain't always that simple, man. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, we got to dig in there.
You gotta dig in there.
Yeah.
And-
Because you get a certain type of hoe, she don't really care about getting married. She gonna go get it. She don't, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
It is what it is.
I would agree with you there. There is varying level of hoe. And where you fall on the whole spectrum
Yeah, man, it matters.
dictates whether or not your wholeness.
Your wholeness matters. Your wholeness matters.
It does. I like that answer. I think it's so. So Ashley, what do you think? Can you turn a smiggity schmo into someone worthy of companionship?
I definitely agree with him that there's levels because there can be. So I'm not allowed to say hoe, or I could say.
I think I said it like 16
Right.
times.
I was gonna say, yeah, he on hole number 64.
They put an N-word count on me 3 weeks ago. They probably got a hoe count on me on YouTube right now. 36.
Yeah, run it up, my brother.
Not every hoe is a bad hoe, and I mean
Ooh,
like.
I like that. I like that.
Wait, repeat that one more
Yeah,
time.
man.
Say that one
Not
more.
every hoe is a bad hoe.
Okay, all right.
But let me explain.
Yeah.
Because there are some hoes
It is
that
some
have
hoe.
good qualities. That are good. They're good women deep down inside. You know, there's a method to everybody's madness. Maybe she has a good reason why she was hoeing. Maybe
Yeah.
she just wanted to live her life. You know, a nigga look good, let me sleep with him. You know?
Once again,
But-
men do that.
Right.
Right.
So
yeah.
I do think that it takes the right
I
person
think-
to bring that out of you.
I'm
but
sorry.
there are some hoes that are just malicious. I mean, I'm sorry, but bitches are grimy.
That's true.
So
See,
it
yeah.
depends
That's the whole
it does
totem pole.
depend, and I don't.
It
to be
depends.
honest
The
with
whole
you,
totem pole.
The whole totem pole.
You do not want to be on the whole totem pole. Oh, no.
Yeah, where you at on that thing?
Yo.
Yeah, bitches are grimy. So you know.
Okay.
All
It's
right,
the
now
right
I'ma
type of
watch my
person to
language.
bring that out of you. And I don't care what anybody says. I'm not gonna say all. Most females have hoe phases.
Yeah.
Whether it's they had a one night stand one time in their whole life, or they just a hoe.
Right.
A lot of females have hoe stages. It takes the right amount of drinks, the right nigga to approach them. It's definitely possible. Not every female, but
Well, that's one dude. We
A lot
talking
of
about a
people-
few dudes approaching them. You know what I mean?
I mean that too.
Once
But
again, like
no,
on the
I'm
whole
saying
totem
even
pole,
if it's a
you
one
will
night
have
stand.
people. Yeah, you will have people
Because
say
it
you a hoe
depends
for that.
on
You're
your
right.
definition of a hoe.
And that's what I mean.
There could
Yeah.
be one female who had a one night stand one time in her life, and if this one type of nigga finds out, he gonna automatically think you a hoe because you had a one night stand.
Well, that's the worst type.
But
of
I
nigga.
don't think that really makes you a hoe
Not you.
if you got drunk and had a one night stand.
You
You don't think
Now,
that?
if you make a habit of getting drunk and having one night stands, that makes you a hoe.
Okay.
But you
That
know,
makes you a
That's
hoe
your
somewhere on the
opinion.
things
totem pole.
happen.
That's your opinion. Might be a guy. I'm pretty sure there's a guy out there right now that thinks if a female had a one night stand, she's a hoe. I guarantee you.
Yeah,
Right now.
yeah.
Right. So it
I
depends
agree.
on your definition of a hoe, and it depends on the type of hoe.
Yeah. I guess there are guys out there like that. Like, oh, you had a one night stand, you a hoe. Yeah, that's true.
Especially if they had an experience with a hoe.
Right.
True,
they
but
they
mad
got
at
butt
hoe.
hurt.
But does a
Now
one
you
night
definitely a hoe.
night stand
They
really
mad
make
at
you
them
a hoe? Like,
No.
I think
No,
the
you
amount
gotta
of
stop
one
that.
night stands
Makes
you
you a
have
hoe.
make you a hoe.
Right.
Like, I think if you just had a one night stand, you had a hoe moment. Like,
That was my whole point right there.
like, no, brother, just because you lied doesn't make you a liar. Like, you just lied once. Like, doesn't mean you like you're habitual.
Exactly.
Certified liar, right. But
It's
that was my
habitual hoe.
point.
It's habitual hoeing,
That was my point right
and
there.
then it's
Now, if you a 10-toe hoe, that means like you
hold it down.
Yeah, you
hold
got
it down?
You got a lifetime
Yeah,
subscription.
you got that
you got a lifetime
Yeah,
subscription.
you got a
Okay.
lifetime subscription. That's a 10-toe hoe.
And speaking of 10 toes hoes,
Turn a hoe into a housewife. Like, that's-
yo, okay.
Yo, thanks for bringing me, bro. Talking shit is my shit.
All right, so look, real quick to AC's point
Yeah.
about like, you know, oh, men can do it and girls can't do it. Like, I just feel like there's a different dynamic between men and women, simply because 9 times out of 10, a man gotta earn his right to be a hoe. Like, you a nigga ain't just a born hoe. Like, the few that are, maybe because you know they hung or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They just got that
Yeah.
that option, whatever. You know, some niggas, whatever. I don't know, whatever turns y'all on. I'm just
feel
saying,
you.
like, that's the exception to the rule. Like, for the most part, nigga got to earn his right to be a hoe. Like, they not just going out here just
Niggas is
sleeping
hoes,
with every
period.
woman. Some.
But oh, hang
Y'all
on, listen.
really be wildin'. Like, y'all, that's why y'all call dogs. 'Cause
That's
y'all
not
was
what he
just-
talking about. What he talking about though is
What he talking about?
there are men in this world that will never have the privilege of being with a bad bitch in their whole lifetime.
Talk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, they can if they pay for it.
Well, well, see, that takes me back to my whole totem pole. That's a paid hoe, you know?
Right, exactly.
That also focuses point though.
Right.
He got paid for it. But
gotta pay that shit costs
out
money.
here that work for it. They either work for it to get it,
Size.
or they
that's a bad hoe,
already
you
were
gotta
born
pay
with
for
it
that
before
shit.
they automatically just get it.
Yeah, yeah.
You got niggas that get thrown pussy. You got niggas that work for pussy. Then you got niggas
That
who
pay for
get it
pussy.
all.
God, they pay
Level
for
to
it.
it.
Right.
That's what he
Level to
means
this
by
shit.
some of y'all gotta earn.
Most of us, like
I
at the
think
end
we
of
got
the
a
day,
conversation.
if you a man who get a lot of girls in high school, right? 9 times out of 10, you had to earn that in a certain way, or your parents earned it for you. Make sure you had the fresh Jordans,
Yeah.
whatever the case. It had to be something about you. You was on the football team. You had to work.
There's some currency.
Football
There's
practice.
some
It had to be
currency
some.
involved.
Right, you had to earn that. A girl could be a hoe at any moment by just spreading her legs and being like, if I walk into a beauty salon right now and be like, yeah, I'm gonna eat each and every one of y'all. Come on to the back. Y'all gonna restraining order and call the police. If any one of y'all walk into a barbershop like, yeah, I'm sucking, they gonna line you up. They gonna line you up like, you feel me? Like, so,
Yo, what was your announcement? What was your announcement?
Niggas be like, yo,
it's my name. Like, bruh, like, you feel
Oh,
me?
my brother's stupid.
So whenever you feel me though, so whenever you got that dynamic and you got that easy access to being a hoe, yeah, it's different. It's worse for y'all, like period. Like you feel me? So yes, men can do it and women can't, and it's wrong when men do it too.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Shout out to all of the, shout out to my lady.
Shout out to all the ladies in the building.
All right, so look, so I mean that leads me to my second question. Like we all heard of the term like I want a lady in the sheets, but I'm in streets, but a freak in the bed.
Right.
Do you think in the bed anything goes, or is there a level of like if your lady is like, I want you to act like you're an animal, or you're a horse.
no,
I'm not acting like no motherfucking animal now.
What?
I'm just
No,
saying.
like,
You said lady in the sheets and a freak in the bed. That's what you turn your lady on.
don't start doing no extra shit. Like, listen, that's weird. That's like a
You want me
weird
to have a
vibe.
cat? What you want me to do? An animal? No.
I'm just saying.
I don't think anything goes. No.
All right, so what do you think about that term though? Lady in the streets and a freak in the bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but not all the way freak.
It depends. It's levels to this.
I'm not acting like no
It's
animal.
levels to being a
I'm not.
freak.
I mean, you got some niggas that are. I don't think I can say that word, but I'm not acting like no little girl either. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, that's
there's,
crazy.
There's
No, that's
definitely
cool.
levels to being a freak. Let's
Yeah, it's
clarify
levels to
that.
being a freak.
But I do believe in the same.
What if he was like on the dude from Scary Movies, like put this helmet on, girl. Put these shoulder pads on.
Goofy, so I might just put the helmet on. You know me? I'm
Put these shoulder pads on, girl. Let me show you how to stay.
Careful, careful,
I
careful.
I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
might put the helmet on, but I'm like, what's the purpose?
That's people business though, you know.
Like, why you want to put this helmet on, babe?
Unless you doing some real wild shit.
Yeah, like I mean, you always gotta spice it up in a bit, but don't do too much. Like that horse noise, I'm not going for it.
Leave it off the horse track.
Yeah, like please, don't be making no oink oink pig noise, none of that.
I
Like,
gave some females some advice tonight in a situation that I got going on. And I told them to go take some spontaneous pics and send it to their dude down. Both the niggas called like, when you go home? Yeah.
Wow.
Just text me and say thank you at the end of the night.
Wow.
I definitely believe in spontaneous and being a freak for your man.
yeah,
absolutely.
of course,
But there's levels.
it's really levels.
Come here,
Don't
girl. I
ask
want
me
you
to
to
be.
put these
Nah, I'm
socks
not.
on and
I
these
ain't
bow
gonna
ties. Socks in this bow tie, nothing else. All
Why they
right.
wildin'
Hold
in the
up.
comments?
Go get the Crisco.
So is being a hoe something that is genetic or is it learned behavior?
Oh,
They got
yeah, no
it.
doubt.
Oh,
You
you
kidding
genetic
me?
help.
Yeah.
That's learned behavior.
Oh,
Nah,
Oh, no, they
that's
do.
in the genes.
genetic.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, there's some hoes that come from a whole long line of hoes.
Right.
Generations of hoes.
Right.
Hey, he said it when we first started. You know, this has been a
But that's
question that's
taught,
been.
though.
You said the question was in the Bible, didn't you? Something
Right,
like that.
exactly.
That's a long
That's a
line.
It's the 11th commandment. Thou shalt not hell. Thou shalt not hell on
Yeah,
Saturdays
man, a
and
whole
Sundays.
bunch of hoes from beginning to
It
top.
being taught
No,
is
it's
different from
not.
it being genetic. So there's a difference. That's like saying, okay, it's technically in your blood. Like it runs through the bloodline. Or I just
Yeah.
raised
Mama
you to be
can't
that
control
way.
her box. Mama can't control her box. Mama
That's
can't
that's
control
learned
her.
behavior though. You looking at your mom or your grandma doing that. That's learned behavior. It's not just genetics.
I need 10 minutes to Google something real quick.
Go ahead, Google it.
Let's Google it.
I can say AIDS,
It might be in the
Google it. It's
genetics.
being a-
I mean it.
oh,
I mean
genetic.
it. I mean it. You know, it might be in
I
there.
don't think it's genetic. I mean, I don't
He ain't
know.
lying.
It's definitely
Generational
learned
hoes.
behavior to a
Well,
certain extent.
well,
but
I would say this. I know some women are born with higher sexual drives and like libido
There's
and
that.
shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if libido is a girl thing, but like I know.
For right now, let's just
Might
say
be for dudes.
libido.
Let's just say libido. I know they built with high libidos.
but that,
So
yeah.
I know some. So when you say like, boom, some girls are have a higher sex drive. Some girls want it all the time. Some girls. So in that regard, like it's genetic.
Yeah, but that doesn't
You
mean
think so?
because you have a high sex
Oh,
drive.
I'm about to say because that don't make sense though. That don't make sense.
No, because you can have a high sex drive and just constantly want to sleep with your man.
Yeah,
So
you get one piece of little
that
wee wee,
is
you like,
different.
oh, I'm about to wild out. Like,
Okay, but
you
what
know
if
I
you
mean?
don't get your? What if it took you till you like 26 to find your man? Oh shit!
Okay.
And you gotta have.
sex with you 26.
So, Lola, so what I would ask you is, where would you learn that I need to have sex all the time?
Your mom, your dad, whatever. I feel like it's an environment thing because you're seeing this as you
That's
grow up.
actually a good fucking question.
That is
Cause like if it's learned behavior,
Yeah.
ain't no mom like, yeah, girl, you better go get
But
that.
you never know
No,
what
I
goes
was
on
about to
behind
say,
closed
I know
doors, though.
that.
Like,
I mean,
I
the
think on
average
that-
mom isn't.
I think on that red
Oh no.
on that red table talk.
Period.
I think on that red table talk. Did you watch that?
Hold on.
The Will Smith joint, the red table talk. Did y'all watch
Yeah,
that? Jada was talking about how she was basically teaching Jada her daughter
I
certain
remember
things.
hearing
Yeah,
something like that.
she Willow was learning at a pretty young age as well, and they
To
were
go
pretty
have
much
sex?
no to as far as like the learning of it. You know, Jada was kind of projecting that information onto, especially since Jada was being promiscuous. You know, so she talked about it all the time to her family, and then they brought it to the light. It was her grandmother Jada.
Rabbit, can you
yeah.
Google something?
Yo, it says,
What you got? What you got? What you got, Cat?
Hold on, I
So
was just about to
apparently-
say that the slut gene exists.
I knew it.
Hold on,
That's crazy.
we
I
gotta
don't got no
read up
part
on
of
this.
that.
What is it?
I just found this shit.
Yo, does the slut gene exist? It's called the DRD4 gene.
You even got a scientific
That's
name.
in your
for it.
mind.
That's
That's
crazy.
Bro,
That's
They
crazy.
just making up shit.
Fox News, yo.
hold up. A study published last week in the journal PLOS One, a group of researchers led by Justin Garcia at Binghamton University, New York, took 181 undergraduate age subjects, asked them about their sex lives, ran DNA tests to see which versions of them had the DRD4 gene. They had the 7R plus, the 7R minus kind. The DRD4 gene has made headlines before. It's too much. All right, we're going to get into it. I thought they was going to say, and 30% of them had the goddamn gene.
30% of them was hoes.
Dang.
So, what did they find? I don't know. We're going to get into it in a little bit. I don't feel like reading all of it. But, according to them, they had to do research on whether or not this slut gene. This article is too long. I should have read this before. All right, let's see if we can get to some truth.
I mean, does that
until
confirm?
we get to them, we're gonna ask AC
What we asked?
the question we just asked as Ashley, which is lady in the sheets, freak in the bed. What's your opinion on that, and how far does that go? That rabbit hole go?
No pun intended. So, I mean, the lady in the streets and the freak in the bed, man. I don't know. Once again, I feel like that's one of them things where we telling ladies what they should do. You know, I ain't gonna tell a lady if she can be a freak in the street and a freak in the damn bed. That ain't my business. But you know, from my standpoint, you know, I need you to be a lady in the streets. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna be with me, you know what I'm talking about? So. But yeah, you know, and then in terms of you know, the freak totem pole in the bed, you know, that's to each his own. That once again, something else that ain't my business. But depending on your level of freak, whether you know, you putting on a clown outfit or you know, you just doing missionary, that's you know, to each his own.
Hey, listen. So if your girl wanted you to climb through the window with a ski mask on, but made you get on the roof though, and climb through the window with a ski mask on. Oh no.
You better do it, goddamn.
You think so about it?
Well, listen, man. You said it's a relationship show, you know. So I'm 7 years in. Once you're 7 years, y'all know, you know, you gotta start
do stuff like that.
Introducing some things. So if I gotta climb on the roof like Spider-Man, maybe I put on the Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? I put on that Spider-Man.
One day my shorty called me like, baby, bring home a book of matches, a bobby pin, 3 safety pins, and a thumbtack. I'm like, what? I'm feeling freaky. I said, oh shit. I want to see how this one is.
That nigga said, where am I gonna get thumbtacks this time?
Bobby pin and thumbtack.
The dollar store got thumbtacks.
2 Laffy Taffies in a.
Girl, shake that Laffy Taffy.
All right, look, all of our live audience, I want you to not forget and do remember we giving out cash apps. Your 50th comment and then every 100th comment after that on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, even though we have to get the Instagram up because something happened with it. So we're not on Instagram Live this week, but next week we'll be back on Instagram Live. But all the other platforms we are live on, and we're going to count up these comments of yours. On every platform, 50th comment, we give you a cash app. 100th comment, we'll give you a cash app. 200th comment, we'll give you a cash app. So,
you giving out money out?
Do not be afraid. Oh, and look.
Let me get on the live.
And listen.
50th comment, 100th comment.
And look, I just added a new contest.
Cash
I'm sending cash app.
Thank you, baby.
Every 7 shares, I'm sending a cash app. So if you the 7th share, the 14th share, the 21st share, the 28th share, I'm giving a cash app out, and it's gonna be a big one for the shares. So make sure y'all share the live on every platform. And for every 7 shares, I'm giving out a cash app. I don't care if you share it 7 times to 7 different groups that you're in. The 7 shares, we sending a cash app out, and that's on everything. All right?
Go on to YouTube, join in on the discussion.
So
that's simple.
It's join in on the discussion. So real quick to get back to the DRD4 gene. Apparently, it's a test or a gene that releases dopamine. So they basically saying, you know, some people release so much dopamine from the act of having sex that like they bull rush their way through to get it and can't nothing stop them because of how much dopamine is released by that particular time. So in a convoluted way, and there's arguments against it, they're basically saying the slut gene exists and the slut gene is correlated to how much dopamine you release based upon. And I can kind of see that a little bit. If too much dopamine is flooding in your system by the mere thought of some cooch, or in y'all cases some, you know what I mean, then you might be addicted to porn. You might be out here wailing out, or you might be, you know, have the slut gene.
Yeah. Listen, all I know is dopamine rhyme with hopamine. You know what I'm talking about?
And it also reminds with stroke 'em clean.
In a real way.
You know what I mean?
And it also rhymes with go between.
We got it all figured out. Scientific.
Yeah, that hoe may know some things.
Yeah, the hoe may know some things.
It also rhymes with if I can't find my girl, I'm gonna go to some fiends. It's
I
Don't do it.
I know
You ever saw crack in the hood? It's like, no, let's stop. It was a thing back in '99, nigga. Like, all right. So look, let's before we go off that topic, let's read some of the chats.
Thank you.
Let's read some of the chats. Lola, you want to read some of the chats from your live?
Oh.
Yeah, read some of the chats from your live.
Ain't I done shut it down. Hold on. You wasn't
Oh, you don't got the chats?
I ain't got it up.
Yo, folks,
All right, so
Jamal Knight said, "I hate that I'm sick today, but I'll catch you on the next one. I promise."
all right, so big shout out to Jamal Knight. He's sick tonight, so he couldn't make it tonight. Oh, hold on, can I? Oh shit, damn, we heard you loud as hell, nigga. Damn, on that podcast. Can I? Hold up. How do I go just the comments without reading the live? Hold up. Yeah, I heard me loud as hell. Damn.
But in the live,
All right.
comments don't come up on Instagram.
Oh, they don't. All right. Oh, let me just turn this down. Okay, so look, let's go to the live comments real quick. It says, James A. Whitfield, peace out. Peace to your show. Keep doing big things. Appreciate you. Jamal Knight, I hate that I got sick today. I'm on the next one, I promise. Got you. Tom Pool Fuckery. Janice is right about them. Sexually free females too. Let's see what Janice had to say.
Oh, Janice.
Janice, big shout out to
Miss you,
Janice.
Janice, what's going on?
Janice, does the audio still sound funny? She said it sounded funny. I think it was the fans. All right. She said, gotta be a freak for your man. Big shout out to Janice. Is being a hoe genetic? What? Some hoes are created from trauma. That childhood trauma can be crazy. That's true. The hoe count is at 36.
Wait, you ain't finished your comment.
Okay. Oh, let me finish. Oh, hold up.
Cat like this.
Some hoes are created from trauma. That childhood trauma could be crazy. Sometimes y'all confuse hoes with those who are sexually free. Well, let's get into that. That's a question we're going to ask.
That's kinda
She
where I'm
says
at with
sometimes y'all confuse hoes with those who are sexually free. What you think about that? Let's start with Professor on that. Do we confuse hoes with women who are sexually free?
I honestly don't know what sexually free means. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm not going to sit
Look up
here.
sexually free.
I'm not going to sit here and lie to you.
It means no.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
appreciate you challenging that.
I'm sorry.
I do appreciate you challenging.
You know,
Boy.
because when are you sexually locked down? You know, you're just not having sex, right? You get what I'm saying? So what the hell is sexually free other than another word to say I'm in my whole phase, right?
Right. Oh, real quick, I just want to say, if you're watching the video, like it. It's the biggest predictor of the algorithm. That's how they jump into the top of news feeds. Everybody, please like it. Don't just watch it, just like it. One button, boom. Throw a couple comments, share, whatever. But make sure you like the video. Sorry, go.
Oh yeah, I was finished with what I was saying. That's all. And what the hell is sexually free? That's my
Sexually
Are
free.
you a hoe or are you sexually free?
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
There's levels.
yeah, I agree there. I agree there.
Levels. So she could be a single woman of 5 years and be sexually free and had sex with 4 niggas in 5 years. To her, that might be sexually free. She dated them.
Okay.
Didn't work out, whatever.
Nah,
So
but
she
we not
puts her
confusing
own
them, though.
definition on what sexually free means then.
Huh?
She puts her own definition on what sexually free means then.
I mean, if you're grown,
That's
you
it.
should. Are you single?
No.
Oh shit.
So,
Alright, so if you were single, you would consider yourself sexually free because you can date anybody you want. And if you start dating somebody for 6 months and decided you wanted to have sex with them,
yeah, but
that's
I
being
think for
sexually
men,
free.
I think for men sexually free and women sexually free are two different things. Like one
Okay,
in three.
So what's your version of sex?
Well, 1 in 3 men are virgins or haven't had sex in the last year. So the most majority of us, like that's a fact.
1 in
Like,
3.
Especially
1 in 3
since
women.
you-
It's hard out here for a pimp.
Especially for like,
So the thing is this: when you talk about being sexually free, for men it's different. That shit be stressing nigga out. Nigga be like, damn, I'm sex free. Like what? Nigga, sexually free for a man be sex free.
Yo. And depending on what age you in, it's gonna hurt your status too.
Sexually free for a woman means free sex. It's the difference. Sexually free for a man means sex free. Sexually free for a woman means free sex.
see, that's what he's saying. Like
Because you're
a man,
grown.
Drops
which
the
a
mic.
man is free to do so, but he's going to have to work for it. You
Alright,
get
but
what I'm
that's a
saying? So
different-
like,
but now
she-
you're getting into a different.
No, because that's what I'm saying. When
ballpark.
you say she's sexually free, right? Like no one's telling her that she can't have sex anyway. So
no one's telling you can't have sex either.
Yeah, but it's hard.
Yeah, that's what that's what
But
I'm
saying,
saying.
yeah.
So you're crossing over to a
You can
different
just-
ballpark.
he
We're
said-
not going back to who can have
She-
sex easier.
Just saying,
Alright.
Who
she could
gets it
take that term
easily.
sexually free and walk into the barbershop like he
Yes.
named earlier and just be like, I'm being sexually
Alright,
free.
so-
We can't say that the same way
But what
walking
she's
into a
saying is,
salon.
a man, all right. So even if a man can't just get pussy thrown at him, he can go pay for it.
All right, here we go. All right, before we get into that, rabbit hole.
Y'all
This
did
was
that.
a rabbit-
Y'all don't want that
this was a
cross-
rabbit
This was a
Like
mean
Walmart.
rabbit hole.
Sexually
But I
free,
want to
you
ask
make
them.
your decision-
I want to
decision
ask
you want.
Lola and AC these questions real quick.
Oh man.
Jesus Lord, she
Yeah,
said
you
you
went
can
right
go
down
pay
the
for
rabbit
it.
You can.
I don't know if you thought money could grow on trees, but
Yeah,
Nah,
you
for
assuming
real though.
niggas got the
Get
You
money.
got
money.
$40 holes. You got $400 holes. You got $4,000 holes.
I think it's
40K
$4 million
holes. Like it all
holes.
depends. It's really
Lola.
brackets
Alright,
to this.
so our
Why do you have a menu?
so
See,
I'm
you
not-
subscribe to my
So wait,
my
wait.
whole total poll.
Right,
you know?
right.
Yeah, like, it's levels to this.
So our, in your opinion, our definition of sexually free is we can go pay for as many prostitutes as possible. And
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
and your definition, and in our definition of you being sexually free is you can just go be a whore, a hoe, or a strumpet,
No.
And call it sexually
and
free.
call it sexually
No,
free.
Yeah.
that's your definition. I'm saying, in my opinion, what I think she's trying to say is, if you are a single adult, you could be free to do whatever it is you want. It's your decision.
Absolutely.
That's why they named it single as opposed to sexually free.
Exactly. Well, okay, so she's saying sexually free. I'm single. That means if I date somebody for 3 months and decide to sleep with them, I can. But does that make me a hoe?
First of
Or does
all,
that make me sexually
that's
free?
not what sexually free means.
That's,
Because if you go with somebody,
pull up.
hold on,
Hold
hold up, wait. If you dealing with somebody for 3 months, nigga, you made him jump through a bunch of hoops before he got the coochie. Ain't nothing about that sexually free. Ain't- you done went on-
Yo, based on where you at on the whole total poll.
That's free of sex.
Based on where you at.
Still going to a
Sexual.
different part.
Look, when she said they are confusing being a hoe with being sexually free, that is a cap ass trope. Because the bottom line is this: you're being sexually free to be a hoe.
No.
That's
No.
what it is.
No.
Sexually free to be a hoe.
This, you can speak.
Okay, AC.
Run me the question, please.
So, is there a difference between being a hoe and being sexually free?
No.
Yeah, based on what I've heard today. Yeah.
No.
So listen,
It's the same shit.
It's the same shit. Thank you.
It's the same shit.
We're gonna let you get into it. Lola.
So listen, I mean, let's be all honest across the board. There ain't no sex that's free, right? So we can't call nothing sexually free. It's gonna cost both parties.
That's right.
You know, it's just a matter of the currency that you choose. But that's all I got, really. Yeah, no.
No,
We got some vocab.
That's dope though. The currency you choose,
Yeah.
and our currency is different from their currency. Our currency is like money, like
Yeah.
what we
Status.
can provide.
Status.
Your currency is like how
You
cute
remember middle
are
school,
and
high
how
school?
many
If you wasn't
bodies
hitting
got.
nothing,
Oh,
you
yeah,
wasn't
like that.
nobody.
He ain't lying.
Yeah.
That's real shit.
Like, that
Because
shit
I feel
means
like that
something.
shit is being. I feel like it's being misunderstood because of the terminology she used. That's my issue right now. I feel like if she would have worded it a different way, you guys would think of it differently, look at it differently. Because
So-
you said sexually free, you were
All I
thinking
know is
about
I'm neither.
Because
what people
it's
have
just
to
because
do
of
to
the
earn
fact
it.
that it's just
Or
like
get it.
it's like
I
she's
ain't
just
sexually
creating a
free.
term to replace being a whole
Alright.
promiscuous.
Right.
Like, it's just like sexually free is just like you just put two words together to make
You
it
free to
sound
have
better
sex.
than hoe.
Right, exactly.
You're free to,
Because
you're free to
sexually-
have sex, but so again, you're single, you're grown, and you're dating. So that means you are free to make whatever decision you want to make. That doesn't mean I'm actually out here fucking them.
That's
But
like
if I go
listen,
and sleep with one person in a year, does that make me a hoe?
listen, but that's not what we're saying. We're
That's what she's
no,
saying.
she's
though.
not. She's basically saying
That's why
like
she asked
she's
between
basically
between the
saying
two.
you trying to confuse broke niggas from niggas that's financially challenged. Like,
My nigga.
Yo, Jay,
like,
That is not
bruh. Yeah, you trying to?
So listen,
broke niggas is
right?
financially.
So check this out.
Go ahead.
Check this out, right? So
Maybe I'm thinking too deep
So,
into it.
and maybe we're not, because listen, you could bring some other people in this room, right, from different areas and different lifestyles, and they'll tell you sexually free is, you know, Saturday we go hit the spot and we swing.
Right. No, yeah.
You feel me?
Why?
Like,
You say-
or
But a hoe would do that too.
No, clearly. But if you go out and swing with your wife on the weekends and you let her get poked, your wife's a hoe, and you. She's just a swinging hoe.
There you go.
You're allowing your wife to be a hoe. And I guarantee you, if you let your wife get plugged on weekends in front of you, she plugging every chance she get. A UPS dude, she taking some of the swinger dudes from the club back to
I mean, me personally, I would never do no shit like that.
But is that sexually free?
No funny shit.
That's sexually free, ain't it though?
I don't think that's not how I'm looking at it. So that's why I said it might just be how I'm looking
Lola,
at it
I
a
need your
different way.
answer though. Is there a difference between being sexually free and financially challenged? I mean, sexually free.
I feel like it's equal.
To the mic.
I said it. No, I feel like it's equal. Like
It's the same thing.
I feel like it's the same thing. That's how I feel.
Being a hoe and being
Being
sexually
free.
sexually
yeah.
free.
Yeah.
You sure?
Positive.
There's no
You really feel like that?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like. Listen,
Hey,
if
yo,
you
we
popping
never
your
agree
shit-
on anything. Let her take it.
Right.
Thank you. Let me get that.
Finally agree.
I just feel like just if you a hoe, you out here doing your thing. That's the same thing as a person sexually free doing.
Right.
For real?
You fuck, yeah.
So
That's
you
how I
feel like the only way that you won't be considered a hoe, and the only way it's acceptable to have sex is if you're tied down in a relationship. Otherwise, you need to be celibate.
What is it? Monogamy.
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 Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You was right.
Yeah, monogamy. Like
That's
I
so-
just feel like
if you're
at the end of
single,
the
you
day,
shouldn't
like
sleep with people?
shit, if you fucking multiple people, you know what I mean?
So
same
check it out.
time, that's
So
not
check it
cool.
out. So check it out.
Say multiple
That's
people
sexually
though.
So check it
It's
out.
one
Yeah, no
person.
doubt. So baby girl, she got her own job, own crib, all of that type of stuff, right? She's not looking for a relationship, but she goes out with her friends and maybe every other weekend she gets down with some dude. She's a hoe.
No, she's sexually free.
Sexually free.
I feel
Because
like
you
it's-
made them the same.
Hold up, bring that
I feel
scenario
like-
back though,
I
real
feel
quick.
like-
But before that, that's why I'm
Be
saying. You
honest,
said with
though,
one
like,
person.
I
No,
ain't
no, for real. What,
Yeah, that's
what
what
is
I'm
that?
saying.
I feel
I
like-
said one person.
How can you be sexually free with one person?
Hold up, let him ask her question.
Yeah.
Cause you went back to arguing. You was damn.
I'm sorry.
He's still tight from 10 minutes ago. Like that nigga, like.
Yeah.
No, she had just stated that 2 seconds
But
ago.
why would you throw a pin at
It was
it?
during what he was
I
saying,
asked
you know?
Lola a question. I didn't even
No,
look back
it-
at it.
Because
Ask me a
While
question.
he-
One mic.
while they were answering, you was like, it could be one person. So that's why I started thinking while they were talking. Yeah.
Go ahead, AC. Ask your question you just asked to Lola, cause you
Yeah.
said dude.
Shout out to me if I can actually remember what I said. But listen,
You said a girl go out every
the
week.
girl go out every. I said every other because I don't want to make it every weekend, right? Because I already know what y'all gonna do if I say every weekend, right? Every other
They
weekend.
gonna do being a.
And I'm gonna preface that with like, yo, she make her own money, own car, whatever y'all need to make you feel good about her being her own person, right? Self-sufficient. And every other weekend she go out with her friends and she sees something she like and she burn that down. She's a hoe?
Yeah,
Wait, 'cause are you
Yeah.
saying like
She's
A
a
different nigga? That's a
it's a
hoe.
lot of weekends in the year, nigga. Shit.
52 to be exact.
I ain't say every goddamn goddamn. See, you made her a hoe. You made her a hoe.
52 weekends in a year.
I think she's a little bit more detailed because you said every other weekend.
Every
She
other
see a nigga
weekend.
she
I
like.
didn't say every other weekend for the whole year. I'm just saying I'm trying to give like, you
Is
know.
it a different nigga every other
Yes,
weekend?
it's a different nigga.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I didn't say that either.
I don't know. I ain't
Is
going.
she a hoe? Is she just sexually free? Is she living her life right now because she
Right.
can't?
Free
She's
to-
single.
Fuck
Ain't nobody
everybody.
tell her
Listen,
what she could do.
a
She don't
lot
come
of-
home to nobody.
Listen, a lot of this new wave, like the feminism and all of that, they like, yo, you could do what you want. You can have body freeness and positivity and all of that type of stuff. And my whole thing is like, all that's cool, but we gonna acknowledge the fact that you're hoeing.
Yeah.
Like the bottom line is this: you could get what you want when you want. So if you abuse that, you're hoeing. I can't
Yeah,
get what I
no
want
doubt.
when I want.
So what is your definition of just living like that and abusing it? Because you said if you abuse it, you're a hoe.
And,
So
yeah,
if I'm dating somebody
Can I add
and
to
we're
that?
fucking, that makes me a hoe.
Can I add to that?
No,
What's
no.
the definition of someone healthily? If that's is that a word?
yeah,
It is now.
I think it is. Healthily.
Living their
Alexa, is
sexual
healthily a
life.
word?
Living their sexual life because.
Well, what do you
Cause
mean
shit,
this
are we
for?
saying that a girl can't have multiple partners ever in her life? And I got another part to this too, but go ahead.
I think she can have multiple partners in her life, but I think they should be at different times.
Well,
Not
that
in the
was-
same
that was
era.
my point. I wasn't saying at the same time.
I
I'm
just-
saying at different times.
I just
Because
think when
that-
girls start having more than one partner, you know, you end up on Maury and paternity court, and like everybody ends up all fucked up in the game. Like,
that's a
it's like,
possibility too.
who the daddy?
Yeah.
They
They start,
Yeah,
they
you
start
know.
testing the live audience for the dad.
Listen,
Who the daddy
Because can we all agree that women interpret sex differently as well too? So
Shoes box.
yeah.
Yeah, I would agree there. I would agree there. Men do interpret. You said men interpret sex.
Women interpret.
I mean, women.
Both.
Women
Yeah, no doubt.
interpret sex.
Yeah.
No, clearly we interpret it differently, and I think that is why it will always be different for what we do from what y'all do. Like you just can't get over that. Like So let me get into my next subject. I think that was a good subject.
Yeah, no
let's
doubt.
let's clap that up for that subject. All right. So our next subject is it's a little. Nah, it's not the same. It's kind of leads off this, but goes into a different tangent. So we all heard of the term post-traumatic stress syndrome (PTSD).
Yeah.
I got
Now
that shit.
you got that. You got it. Now it's varying types of PTSD. You come home from war PTSD. You could grow up in the hood. You got like PTSD. Traumatic experiences. You lose a brother. You got PTSD. But there are also PTSD in relationships. There's also PTSD in relationships,
Absolutely.
right?
And I got that too.
Right. I think everybody
Traumatized.
has some form of PTSD, but once again, we on the PTSD totem pole.
Yeah,
the spectrum.
It's
Yeah.
part of life. You're gonna experience
Battery
it at
running
some
low.
point.
So
How much is that?
Anybody want any champagne? Hector, you want some champagne?
okay.
Hectic
I'm
in
a
the
sharer,
building.
bro.
Hectic.
Just cups
All right, bear with me. We're going to get to our next question right now. Okay. All right, PTSD in relationships. Who generally has more PTSD in relationships, men or women? Who has more stress? Who takes baggage
Oh, this is
from
an easy one.
from the last relationship to men or women? Lola, talk to him.
Men.
Yes.
Men?
Yes.
We got more PTSD.
Y'all go out with a girl break your heart. Y'all think every bitch is just
Yeah, y'all
a
can
whore. They
Yeah, that came from deep, bro. That came from deep, baby.
Damn, nigga, you ain't even give me a chance yet. You think I'm with me? I'm gonna do the same shit that the other girl did. Y'all be wildin'.
Yes. I would 100% disagree with you there.
Bye, Fogan.
I like your enthusiasm, your belief in the veracity of your statements, but I disagree.
Man, you
fundamentally. There's a flyer in your head. All right. AC, who deals with more PTSD in relationships, brings the baggage over more? Is it men or women?
Absolutely women.
Oh.
Absolutely women.
Qualify your statement, King.
Oh, because you know I will. So, absolutely it's women. And once again, the currency involved in it. And I feel like the female currency in those type of situations where your heart gets broken and things like that, it's an emotional currency. And that shit sticks with you. I don't care what type of gender you are. The emotional pain and suffering is going to stick with you. And,
Right.
and once again, I'm going to use the word currency again. Like women are usually based on that. Whereas, listen, and Lola, shout out to you, but like, don't get it confused. There's a lot of dudes out here that use that same currency and they shouldn't be. Okay? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they shouldn't be. They there'd be a lot of males on female time, and
Exactly.
Unfortunately that's
Maybe any
just
feminine.
yeah.
Niggas talk more than
Sassy.
Yeah.
Right. Real bad.
Yeah, no doubt. But a man, like, we gonna you heard us like and I'm gonna speak from a real man's perspective. Like, you heard us, we might curl up in the bed for a week, but that following week we outside.
We outside. I
Y'all
1000%.
outside trying to prove a point though.
No,
Y'all outside like, alright,
no,
gonna
real
boost
man, I don't
up
even
to
remember your
boost
name.
up your ego. That's why y'all outside.
Women do it too.
No, we outside.
They do it
Nah,
this next
'cause
day.
at the end of the day, females gonna get attention regardless, though. Especially if she's pretty, she keep herself well kept up. She's gonna get attention.
Once
Y'all go
again-
outside, y'all get y'all heart broken or whatever. Y'all go outside, y'all be with y'all niggas and everything like that. And I just feel like y'all just go out there to see like if y'all still got it. Y'all trying to boost y'all ego and all of that. Am I wrong?
Ego is a male currency.
I don't think you're all the way wrong because at the end of the day,
I'm about to get this cut real quick. I'm about to be outside. I got my money.
But it ain't
I got
just
my
women
fresh
do that
fit.
too, though.
it's not just to boost our ego. You gotta understand the best way to
hair
get
did, nails
for
did.
men.
I'm about to say,
Y'all
I
in the
did.
gym all
But
of a
that's
sudden.
mandatory for us though.
Y'all in the gym all of a sudden. Ain't been to the gym. Ain't been to the gym in 4 years. Our whole relationship. Now you in the gym the next day. Like y'all do that too.
Listen, let me say this. Hold on, let me say
I
this.
go to the gym for me though.
Let me say this. For men, the best way to get over a woman is to get under another woman. For men.
It don't work.
For women, it's not like that. Women want to heal and take 3 months, and I'm
Right.
not talking. Men, we're different. The best way for us to get over is to get under. Because 9 times out of 10, we know we lost you to another nigga.
Yeah.
Women don't leave unless it's somebody else in the mix. All that, I'm going to find myself. You going to suck something? Let me stop. I don't believe you. You ain't coming to find yourself. You're going to chill with Raheem in the morning.
You
Third.
really think that's 100% true?
Nah, I'll be no funny.
In every
It
situation.
is. Yo, listen, women file for divorce 80% of the time. It's y'all leaving. We don't leave.
Why we leave
I'm
though?
saying
Because
Y'all
of
leave because
y'all.
y'all meet Lester
We
and them.
leave because of y'all. Y'all be messing up.
She said because of y'all.
No, listen. let me break down some math
We
for
be
you.
staying, we
Let
be
me break down
trying.
some math for you. 80% of women are fighting. Are fighting for 20% of men. That's why 80% of women file for divorce. Because 80% of women
I need to see this.
after fighting
You need to see
for
what?
the 20% of men.
Stat.
Info.
Listen, 80% of women after fighting for the 20% of men and getting played out, and these men got options and such and so. They pick the 80% pool. Not they chasing the 20%, but it's still an 80% pool. So then they pick out of the 80% pool, and then they get fed up with that 80% because they're still chasing the top 20%. So the minute that top 20% man give them the time of day, this bottom 80% is no good anymore, which is why women file for divorce 80% of the time. It's y'all leaving. It's not us. It's y'all leaving. So when
y'all be thinking it's cheaper to keep her. That's why.
Well, I'm saying,
yeah, I agree with that shit. But the only reason, the only people that is cheaper for is the 20% of men.
Right.
The bottom 80%, it ain't cheaper to keep her. We lose everything because we bust our ass working hard, built this little minuscule business. You taking half, and taking my kids and all of that. It ain't cheaper to keep her. For us,
You also can't put
not
a
for
dollar
us,
on
for
your
them.
happiness.
Because for me, it's cheaper to keep her.
but that's
This nigga.
High value, nigga.
what I was asking.
Cat
though,
like,
is
I know,
it
nigga, I
100%?
know.
My girl leaves. Like, no.
I was asking, is it 100% true that we leave because there's another nigga? That's what I was asking. If you really believe that's true in every situation, that we leave, we finally leave
Nah.
because there's another nigga.
No,
Yes.
it's just more
Yes.
like
Yes.
Of course not.
Yes.
Of course not. It's
Yes.
only
Nah.
99.9%.
Right.
initially. No,
Initially,
initially, what he was saying is that the option is available.
I'm not.
It's only
What?
99.9.
It's always available.
Listen.
He didn't say the option was available. He said that that's why.
Yo,
So I
women
asked
leave
if that
because
was
when
true.
they got other dudes. Listen, let me tell you something. And fellas out there, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put you on game. If your girl start talking all this, I need space, I need to deal with me, I needed to. Bruh, she done been on 16 dates already. She got options. She
That's
been
a lie.
screwing the
Yo, we in the internet era
She's
too.
tired of
We in
your
the internet era. Her
bullshit.
inbox
My
is
nigga,
out of control.
I'm
Inbox
tired
out of
that.
control.
Yeah.
Somebody done sent her a swimmy pic. She done acted on it. And now she like, you know what? I need to go find me. I need to do me. Bitch done disrupted the whole life. You can't see your kids.
Yeah, now she
our
Dora the
house
Explorer.
about to get evicted. I need to do me. Yeah, you got some other. You got some, which is why we take so much pride in making sure that we go find somebody else because it's like, I know you out there having yo every time somebody coming, and this is every time somebody coming in my barbershop and tell me like, yo, my girl left me. I ask them a couple questions.
What's the question?
Was you cheating on her? Did you ever cheat on her? They always say no every time.
They lying.
Yo, on mommies.
Lying. And
On
they
mommies.
lying.
They be like, or they'll say, I mean, we cheating on each other. But you know what is the unanimous truth? Every time a woman left their man and they be like, damn man, she left me, man, she did it. I ask her, did you catch her cheating? And they always, 100% of the time say, yeah, she cheated before. Did she cheat before? Yeah, she cheated before. You catch her cheating? Yeah, man. Caught her in the wrong. I'm telling you like this now. Women is not leaving they man unless they got an emotional connection with somebody else. They cheating on that man with somebody else. They is doing something with
Keyword
somebody
emotional.
else. They is going to risk it all because they feel as though, hey, T Diva, you getting on the couch? Oh. They will risk it all because they feel like they got something more secure. Now, adversely, if a man is out here, and I'm not condoning it, I'm just saying, if a man is out here as opposed to a woman feel like, you know, out here cheating or whatever, you know what I mean? A woman, some women will be like, well, I'm leaving you. But other women will be like, I'm not letting her take my spot. For high value men. Nigga, you ain't gonna take my spot. Like, yeah, bitch, that's my husband, dog. You just fucking.
Yeah, there's some investment
let you
in there.
take my spot.
There's some investment in there, yeah.
Any girl that be like, you know what, I caught you cheating, I'm leaving. That girl was cheating already.
That's not true though. Some females know their self-worth though.
If cheating.
Nah, it ain't about
Well, they got
that.
a lower value man. Because
No,
if you
it
got a
ain't
higher
about
value
that.
man, shit like that don't bother you
Y'all
as
always
much.
feel somebody cheating.
Or-
That's y'all problem right
or
there.
unless
Y'all
you know
be
you taking
cheating
half.
just in case.
No, I mean that's a fact.
You know what?
But that depends on what your definition of cheating is.
Go ahead and get us.
Alright, nigga, you got me there, nigga. Alright, you got me there.
Yeah.
I think it depends on your
Just in
definition.
case
yeah.
you
I
don't
don't
make
make
it
it
home tonight,
Hey, hold
I'ma
on.
give this girl the fucking hit.
Yeah,
Go ahead, stroke
every
it.
Y'all,
woman
it's the
is,
thing.
bottom
Like
of the barrel.
everybody always trying to get one up. Like
Alright.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's a problem. But I don't think a woman can get one up by going out and acting a fool because her man cheated.
yeah, I'm the type of female. I don't use my ussy
Shit
for
gets a lot of likes.
revenge. Like it is what it is. I let it go. That's what we gonna do.
She said,
I
I'll
can
be
find-
cheating just in case.
Y'all do.
Yeah, I mean they do.
They do.
That's mainly niggas.
Who is they?
If a female,
I'm telling you like this now.
if a
Cheating
girl,
just in case.
9 times out of 10 when a female cheats is to get back at you. 9 times out of 10 when a nigga cheat, he cheating just in case that bitch was cheating too.
Right.
That's usually what it is.
And y'all be like,
You
I
said
just
when a
feel
nigga
like this
cheating, it's
girl
because he
cheating.
getting back at you.
9 times out of 10 he's doing it just in case, like you said. Now
No,
when a
not 9
female
times out of
does
10.
it,
Niggas do cheat
Yeah,
just
9
in
is
case
a
that
high
girl
number.
is cheating. But 9 times out of 10, a man is cheating because he can. And whether that is because he got a bunch of options or because it fell into his lap,
it has-
shit ain't easy for us. So when it is easy this one time, that's when niggas cheat. Like, because it's never easy.
And that's wrong. Y'all fold under temptation.
Yeah.
fold.
Folding.
Fold.
I'm 10 toes down. I ain't
No,
never folded.
ain't
All 10.
I ain't never folded in my
let's
life.
really talk
Big shout out
about
to my
it.
boy Rose in the building, man. We
Right,
gotta
hey,
get Rose on the couch after the
Rose.
intermission. No, all right, so let's get back to the questions.
Right.
Because we done been in a tangent. PTSD. We done went all the
Oh, that's what we talking about.
That's what we was at. Shit.
That's what we at right now.
Listen, real quick, if you're watching the video, please like the video. Liking the video is the greatest indicator to the algorithm that we are popping. It's the greatest indicator that we need to be pushed to the top of people's news feeds. Like the video. Don't just watch it. If you ever was a friend of mine, if you ever supported us, if you like the show, if you feeling the show, make sure you like the video. Comment on the video. Subscribe. I be having hundreds and thousands of views and 62 likes, nigga. I don't know. No, we not doing that. All right, we gonna make sure we like the video, comment. I don't care if you argue with your baby mama in the comments. Just make sure that the comments get all the way up. We giving cash apps out to the 7th share, the 21st share, the 28th share. Every 7 shares, we give you a cash app. Every 50, no, we starting out at 50 comment number 50. But after that, every 100 comment, we give you a cash app. 100, 200, 300. We give you a cash app. That is the prize you get for watching the DJ Focus podcast. We live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Bigo, and YouTube. Tune in on any one of those platforms and you're liable to catch us. Now let's get back to the question at hand. I need to move my laptop. All right. PTSD in relationships. So,
I think we should look at the chat too.
all right, yeah, let's look at the chat. Let's look
You
at the
saw
chat.
something you like in the chat. She's like,
I
yeah,
saw
let's talk
an
about it.
interesting question. That's all.
All right, before we look at the chat, let's get to one more question. All right. What type of effects does PTSD have on relationships as a whole? That's a good one. We're going to start with Professor on that one.
Okay, Professor.
Let's see. I think that if the partner knows of, this person's past trauma, I would assume that there's signs showing there's reactions to certain things. In my opinion, it's probably arguments very often. She bringing her or he, bringing the trauma to the relationship. I think that there's certain things in the relationship that are just.
So you think it elevates to the arguments?
Yeah, it's like because all of the problems that you already have in that relationship, anyways, like exuberated because of the problems that partner is bringing.
Right.
So if you're not bringing any trauma, of course you're going to run into issues, but regular relationship issues. But the specific trauma that the person brings to a relationship can mess up the dynamics of a normal one.
No, I agree there. Okay, all right, Lola, what you think?
This is why I'm healing. I'm on my journey of healing right now.
Don't start swinging.
She got baptized. She got baptized last Sunday, nigga.
Really though,
She gonna
I don't
clear
know.
the
I just
table.
really
Some
feel
none of
like, and this is why I'm healing because I'm just trying to like get to the gist of everything. But I just feel like if I just witness something or I see something, I don't communicate about it. I'll just be like, okay, this person is doing this. Like I automatically assume that they're doing something because I've seen it with my eyes. And I feel like any amount of words that you could justify, it's still just not going to add up to me because I witnessed it and I seen it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
So because you witnessed it and you seen it,
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it because if I see it with my own two eyes, that's what it really is.
So I think what you're more speaking of is PTSD within the relationship. Because there is two types of PTSD. You got trauma that you bring from other relationships to new relationships, but then you got, I'm still with you, you cheated 5 years ago, I got post-traumatic stress from that.
Thanks for
And
clarifying.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I think you're speaking on that aspect.
Which one we speaking on?
Either one. So
Okay.
the question is, what type of effects does PTSD have on the relationship as a whole?
Man,
So you can speak to
nobody know where I live at.
whether it's PTSD from the previous relationship or PTSD
In the current
from
one.
previous events in the same relationship. You can speak to either one.
Current. Yeah.
You want me to still?
No, that was on AC.
Oh.
Oh, we over here now. What's done?
I mean, I just feel like that's why I don't be wanting people to know where I live at either because it's like I've been in serious stuff where though, you know what I mean? An ex will break into my crib. Like, it just be too much. So, like, I just be on some, like, nah, I can't do it. Because it's like you either find them toxic or you make them become crazy.
Listen,
So, it's like,
to all her exes, she got the gang behind her now, so don't be
Hello.
wilding.
Yeah.
Because we will.
Baby, they
We will
came
act
out.
crazy.
You better chill.
It's
Yeah.
about 2,000 of us.
right, it be,
No, it's
It
really about
be people be
111. But
wildin',
still,
that's
nigga, it
why
look
I
like
just-
2,000 when we all together. Like 113 of us.
But
I
we
be-
look like.
But we look like 2,000. But go
Right.
ahead.
but that's about it, though. Like, I just feel like I do got a little trauma. That's why I'm on my healing journey now. And, I'm going to keep it cute.
Healing hands. All right, so Miss Baptized over here, we already know she healing. I done been through so much. All right, AC.
I'm sick and tired. B.
Sick and tired. She had enough, like Jennifer Lopez. All right.
Oh shit. No, so listen, right? When I hear trauma, trauma and experiences, right? So we're all like who we are as a person. We are a collective of what our experiences are. You know what I mean? Whether it's because there's good experiences, right? So I would say trauma is bad experiences, right? To put it simply. So with that being said, like I think it's impossible to be in a relationship of any type without falling on your experiences, aka trauma. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna affect it across the board, without a doubt. So, but with that being said, I'll get on my Dr. Phil. Regardless of what you,
Dr. Phil.
hang on. So listen, right? So regardless of what you've been through, it is not whoever you dealing with's responsibility to manage your trauma. It's yours.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like you gotta
Give
recognize.
us a clap for that.
Talk
It's
this
not
shit,
your
AC.
responsibility to
a bad
handle that
motherfucker.
trauma. It's yours.
Yeah,
That's
man.
right.
Yeah, man. So
Trauma affect you.
Yeah, no doubt, and but yeah, I'll go even deeper, right? So like, if you are holding on to certain traumas and such, you may not even be qualified to be in your next situation anyway.
Right.
You feel me?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You feel
Okay.
me? Yeah, because that's all work. That's all hard work right there. That if you haven't done it and you're just kind of, I don't even want to say, being a victim, you know what I mean? But but if you haven't addressed that type of stuff and then you're in a next situation and you have yet to address it, the other person isn't even part of that conversation yet.
Right.
That's
no.
facts.
You feel me?
And
Yeah.
when you do get that significant other, it's not to say that person doesn't hold any obligation into making sure that you break free from that trauma. But at the end of
They
the day,
should
it's
level you.
yours.
Yeah,
It's
they
you.
should level
It is
you.
all on you.
Yeah.
I could lead a horse to water, but I can't make him drink.
Can't make
I
him
could
think.
tell you all of the word. Look, you need to release that. It wasn't me who did it. It wasn't until you release that in yourself.
Right.
That is something that you have to release. So I 100% agree with you on that one.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Snaps for that. Let's snap it. And it died. I knew it was gonna die. All right. So same question to you. How does PTSD affect the relationship as a whole?
I mean, more of it, kind of going off what he said. I agree with him 100%. One, you definitely shouldn't be getting in a new situation if you're not healed completely. Because then you're carrying it into that relationship. It's just going to keep causing more problems and then hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
Right.
Two, if you're in a current situation where you already have PTSD, I mean, not for none, I try to practice what I preach, because you should just leave.
Mm-hmm.
It's never, I'm telling you, once the trust is gone, ain't no getting it back.
Wow.
There's no, I'm telling you now, it can improve, but it's always going to be in the back of his mind or in the back of her mind.
Mm-hmm.
There is no getting that trust back 100%.
If unsettled,
So, even if it's
But
who you've been on the phone with for so long, or you're sleeping, she's going through your phone, or you're out and you said you're going to be home at 2 and it's
But do you
2:59.
want that trust back? Because that trust was a fake trust.
What trust
Because
is
they
a
was
fake
cheating.
trust?
You just said you
But
can't
that's-
ever get that trust back. So the trust wasn't really trust. There was a false trust. It was a false sense of
It didn't
security.
start out
So do
that
you
way.
want that trust back anyway? Or do you want a new trust? A trust that is built and forged from the fires and the ashes.
Nah, you trying to get deep and shit.
Something that
If it ain't no
Sing it,
trust,
fellas,
it
sing
ain't
it.
no us. How about that?
Speaking on
Nigga
what
said
I'm
the fires
speaking
and the
on,
ashes.
though.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Rise like the phoenix from
People-
that.
I'm gonna hurt him.
That shit start
You
coming
won't
out.
listen to me?
I'm sorry.
That's what
Hey,
I'm
but it
saying.
sound good.
That's what I'm saying, though. You both are trying to convince each other that y'all want that trust back, but you're never going to get that trust back, because that trust you're talking about is damaged trust. So now what you really want is new trust. You want that brand new, I trust you 100%.
Clean
I'm not
slate.
questioning nothing. A clean slate. Something brand new and fresh.
Is it possible with the
You
person?
staying with that person that you already have PTSD with, you're never going to get that
But I
brand
think
new
that the trust,
That makes
I
sense.
think the
It can
trust,
only be new one time.
but I think the trust from the beginning was false, and it was unwarranted, because at the end of the day, how do you go from trust no man and trust no one and all of that type of stuff we was raised on to I met you last week and I trust you, girl. Like shit.
But
Like
it's not necessarily
I
I
don't
trust you, but you're giving them
like-
the benefit of the doubt. And then, not for now, when you start off, we're getting to know each other, we're dating, I'm giving you the benefit
Don't
of
trust
doubt,
you.
you're giving me the
I still
benefit.
don't trust you.
That's you. But you know what that is? That's you bringing your PTSD into a new situation.
no, that's
No,
me bringing
that's
something you want-
no.
that's
Once
me
again,
bringing my
that's him bringing
street.
his experience.
Talk it,
Experience.
talk it, ass.
That's what I said.
Talk
Talk it.
PTSD. The
No,
only way
no,
you
it's
get
not.
it-
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's
The
not.
only
Hold on, let
way
him
you
clarify,
get
let him clarify.
experience is going through something, whether it's good
Ashley.
or bad. You have to go through it to know it. That's it. That's the
Right,
only
but
way you're going to
but
be able to know.
there's no good
And
trauma.
whether you
There's no
go-
good trauma.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I'm
We're speaking
PTSD
on
is based
trauma,
off of
though.
trauma
So, but
specifically.
We're speaking on trauma, so whether you were taught it, because
I
he just
respect
said if we're being raised not to trust no nigga, whatever, that's still PTSD, just from a different situation. You're being taught it. And then there's PTSD when you actually go through it. So either way, you're bringing that PTSD into a new situation.
Now, what do you
if you
mean?
come into a situation with me and you automatically in the back of your mind don't trust me from the rip, don't fuck with
never
me.
gonna work.
You got some
Right.
type of issue, whether you went through it and got it, or you learned, you were taught to act like that. Some type of way, you're bringing your damaged issues into our relationship. Now, if I meet somebody, I'm automatically off rip, giving them the benefit of the doubt until you earn that trust. So when you start out dating somebody and y'all get together, and I trust you is because slowly but surely you earn that trust. And then you think you got me where you want me, you betrayed me, you cheat on me, now we got PTSD and I lost that trust. You're never getting that trust back. Ever. You can fight for it as hard
I'll
as
be
you want.
witnessing
You're never
shit
getting
with
that
my
trust
own
back.
2 eyes.
Ever.
Once
That's
I see
in
that,
relationships and friendships, and y'all know that.
Is there no happiness after
Everybody
that?
that's not related to you right now, but you got a right-hand man, that right-hand man earned that trust.
Okay, but
That's
listen.
like dating somebody too.
All right, but listen, you're wrong.
Fair enough.
No, you're wrong.
Nah,
This is-
you're wrong.
And this
You're
is
wrong.
why, first of
You're
all,
wrong.
trust is something that is earned. And if you put that, hold up now, woman. And if you put that in your mind from the beginning, then you never would have trusted their asses from the beginning after a month and 2. This is why I said we was raised on trust no man. And then all of a sudden we get with our girls and it's like, you're supposed to trust me. No, I'm not. You're supposed to earn your trust. So therefore, if I preemptively trusted you, and if trust was false, and I was cheating, or you was cheating, or whatever the case may be, you can change your behaviors and practices to regain that trust.
that's a
Give me
bad
your
contract.
password. Give me your location.
It's a bad contract.
Or give each other your location.
that's what I do.
Or you know what I'm saying? Like, not to even check balances, but just to be like freedom. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's things you can do to be like, you know what? I'm going to, how I was moving before, secretive and sloppy and stupid and, you know, disrespectful. Now I'm going to change my entire life up. I'm going to let you have my passwords. I'm going to let you have my location. I'm going to bring you out everywhere I go. I ain't going to be going out with my, all of the bullshit you was doing, you switched it. That's how you gain the trust back. Drop
That's
something.
how you gain it back, but I promise you in the back of their mind they still gonna question it.
Nah, that's true.
Exactly.
Y'all always questioning.
You know, you are right. And I said trust has to be earned. You're right. You don't just automatically. Oh,
I can't deny it. I can't deny
You
it.
earn it. But
can't deny what
once
you
you fuck
did,
up
nigga.
and get caught,
You're
and
in the
it's
back of
always
the
gonna
head.
be in the back of your mind. So you might as well just.
So listen, before we move
In
on,
my
I'm gonna
personal
ask this
opinion.
question: is there ever a situation where it's never ever questioned? Honestly,
I'm questioning everything. I ain't gonna hold you.
Well, I am too, but that's my PTSD.
so, yeah, but like, listen, but that's what I'm saying. That's where we actually being honest at. You know?
Why you?
Lola be like Yvette and Baby Boy. Let me smell your dick.
Right. What did you talking about? I don't play around. And that's the thing, cause I feel like me personally, I'm cool. Like I be chilling. I don't do too much. But I don't bother nobody. But once you take it there, I gotta take it like there. Like I gotta take it to the top. Like I gotta wild out to show you the don't play with me.
Well, if you're glad that LOX.
That was a good question.
All right, so listen, that was,
That was good.
That
was
You
good.
went in too. You went in.
You went
You
in.
went in.
You know what I mean?
First of
You
all,
explained yourself.
If you,
Alright.
Got on
listen,
your
if you
soapbox.
want to thank the person for these questions, he's right here. Give him a round of applause. Like, boy, like this, my writer is amazing. His itinerary be 6 pages. I'm like, God damn it.
Yo, he watching us like, yeah, get mad.
6
Get mad.
pages.
You mad, ain't you?
6-page itinerary.
I knew that was gonna get him. I knew that was gonna get him.
Okay, so do you think a person feels the pressure to overcompensate when their partner has been through trauma in their last relationship? Like, you think somebody is like, oh, baby, but I got it too, but no, because the person been through so much. Like, she just came out of a messed up relationship. So now you feel like it's your obligation to be like, I gotta help you.
That's the worst.
It's not?
No.
So they shouldn't
I'm not
overcompensate.
coming in no situation where I gotta fix a broken heart. For
Wait,
what?
are we asking if we feel like
But what if it
should,
was
or are
broke for
asking
you to
if-
fix it so that it could be yours from now on?
You gotta heal yourself. That's the problem right there. Dudes will sit there and try to lay up with you and do all of this with you because they trying to get over somebody else. It don't work that way. Y'all gotta sit back and heal yourself first. Because I'm not about to sit here and try to heal a broken heart that I didn't break.
Dealing with a heart that I didn't break. I'll be there for you. I don't care for you. I'll be
Yeah,
there
that's
for you.
that's
Just
that
don't.
shit.
All right. So okay. AC, same question.
Yeah, because ain't no dude about to be sitting up with some woman trying to fix that shit neither. You know what I mean? They go both ways. Yeah, that's pretty simple for me, man.
Pretty simple for you.
Yeah, man.
All right,
I'm
so
not, nobody's doing that, especially in this
Ashley
lifetime.
mad.
Listen, like,
Ashley want to argue.
no, it's 2023,
Nah.
man. Like these days move fast, man. You know what I mean? It's 24 hours is more like 23 hours. Like at some point we lost the hour, right?
Yeah.
Nobody has time for that shit.
Right.
We either growing or we just not.
Growing and building this empire.
Right.
Well, I
Go
said,
ahead, Ash.
oh,
got
God.
it.
Can you repeat the question?
The question is,
She like, I want to make sure I'm gonna wild out correctly.
I need to make sure I'm understanding the question.
do people overcompensate when their significant other had the PTSD like this? Like, damn, you just been through some shit, so now I feel the need or pressure to overcompensate for
So I
that.
did hear the question. All right. Well, first of all, I don't agree with that, but I do feel like people feel like that sometimes, especially when they meet somebody new who's damaged. They want to feel like, well, let me show you I can love you the right way. I feel like a lot of people do that, but it's not your responsibility.
Right.
I'm one of those type of people, and it took me up until now, and I'm still learning that shit. It is not my motherfucking responsibility to fix you. I'm trying to fix my damn self. I'm not broken and shit. No, but yes, I agree with them. They're right, but I definitely, that's why I had to hear the question again. I'm like, yeah, people do feel that way, but you shouldn't.
Okay, all right. So look, we're gonna take a 10-minute break or a 5-minute break.
Five.
And as we take this restroom break, we're going to play some videos. But before we do that, I want to get to the live chat and answer some of y'all questions. So first of all, pray more, hate less. Ashley McAvoy, I'm on your heels the next show. Todd Upshaw. So if well, first of all, Janice says, so if a man screwed 15 girls in a year, he's not a hoe, only women? Todd Upshaw replied, yeah, only women.
Nah, bro.
Quanta Teddy, who I'm mad at because she's supposed to be here on this couch with us right now. She'll be here next week. She says, yeah, I'm going to need you to become healed before you come over here. Okay, all right. Chioma Blessing says, I agree. Trust can never be 100 again. You can get it to 99.9, but there will always be a small inkling. 99.9 is good, nigga. You ever read the Lysol bottle? That shit is 99.9 for germs, nigga. Shit, 99.9 is all you gonna get. Carol Mucklin, trust is definitely an earned situation. The minute you break that, trust is gone. All right, so we are going to get back to y'all. We're going to go to 2 videos at 6 minutes, and then we're going to be back on this panel with our last 2 topics. Big shout out to everybody in the live chat. Make sure y'all keep beating it up.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, I don't care if you argue with your baby mother in the chat. Do it, because we're going to make sure we get y'all those cash apps. And listen, where we at on the shares on the book real quick? All right, we got 16 shares, 17. No. Oh shit. I'm going to fight y'all. I need y'all to share the hell out of this. Every 7 shares, we giving out a cash app. I said every 7 shares, we giving out a cash app. Every 7 shares. Go look at the Facebook and see where we at. Somebody could win right now, nigga. All right, right now. Well, see? Y'all so more caught. I ain't sharing this. I don't want to share it on my page. Y'all don't even want the money. All right, we're going to get back to the last 2 topics right after this. We got a special guest on. Just going to hop on the couch and scream at y'all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. I can stop it, I'm getting break time.
Sexually free.
Yeah.
I think I'm.
Yep. Do what I said now.
Yeah, stand up. Definitely stand up. Get your legs up.
I can't stop it, I'm getting it. I'm on the top of my niggas. I made a lot in this business. I'm getting back now. On the block with the killers. I had to start to get realers. I lost a lot of my niggas is dead now. I can't stop till I'm finished. I'm putting God in my way.
y'all
So
doing
many
good,
lot
though.
of decisions and I'm prepared now. I won't stop
think
till
it
I'm
helps
finished.
in the round.
Top of my niggas, they see him about to go get it. Niggas is scared now. My man, they got coffee, they left his family stuck in because this scamming, they wanted the boss and let it go. He had planned destruction, they had to tell the boss and the night is jamming, they had to leave the face now. I'm a nigga, you know, like you say, I was losing, and now you say I go.
Yo, please watch it up.
I see me making the move, and it's just like making the movie. See me like I see you talking, you bleeding, I know you know it's my season, you gotta help me, see me get you know that it's on. I can't stop it, I'm getting it, I'm on the top of my niggas, I made a lot in this business, I'm getting bread now. I can't stop till I'm finished, I'm putting decisions and I won't stop till I'm rich and I'm at the top of my list. I'm about to go get it.
I was going through some other shit. Pressure got me struggling. I got the piece and gave me head, fell in love with it. This beat I gotta fuck on it. Y'all ain't gotta fuck with it. I ain't never had no other house, I fucking sell it for it. Focus on my back against the wall. I'm at the top and I ain't never try to fall. Boy, I'm the shit, I'm disrespecting niggas' trolls. If it's static, we them niggas that they call. I'm at the top, my niggas get from the bottom. We get it, got your little bitch, she be tripping, there ain't no way. Now I'll pop a bottle and switches, roll up a blunt with my niggas. Look at my neck, it be tripping, they like no way.
I can't stop it, I'm getting it, I'm on the top of my niggas. I made a lot of these bitches, I'm getting right now. On the block with the killers, I had a squad of gorillas. I lost a lot of my niggas is dead now. I can't stop till I'm finished, I'm putting God as my witness. I made a lot of decisions and I sleep right now. I won't stop till I'm rich and I'm at the top of my limit. They see I'm about to go get it, niggas is scared.
Yeah, because they made me get off the couch. I just got off of work, I'm tired. Because y'all want to misconstrue the word. See, ain't that what I had? You tried. That's what I said. You tried. Oh, you tried. Yes, be good for this.
1 second.
He gave you that.
Yeah, this is for Lola.
Oh, okay.
Lola.
Yeah. Yeah. Complex.
I was making sure that wasn't your feedback.
She let me do what I want, she let me do what I do. She wanna sit in the front, she wanna chill in the cool. She always do what I say, but she never say what I do. I told her, baby, I'm gonna be a player, she said I ain't playing with you. I know she wanna be more than a friend, I let her go and she on it again. She said that life is so boring with him, she said she like how I ball in the gym. I said I'm not like them other guys, I just want you love. I said I run it, so left on the way and go run it up. Left on the way and go run it up. Let's run it up, yeah. Let's run it up on the way and go get it there. Whatever you want, yeah. We can get away and go disappear. Come get in the front, yeah. I wanna take you away to a different girl. I knew from the jump, I knew that you was the one, so I whispered it in your ear. And then I'ma kiss your ear, and then I'ma glide on your wrist in here. She ain't the babe, but I had her hooked off a line that was kinda like fishing here. I want you to come with no risk of fail. I want you to come cause you sick of here. I want you to come and get lost. Want you to come tell your boss you were missing here. I told you to listen, I listen here. Let's go take a trip to the Kokomo. Then take a week and go ski in the mines. Let's go take a trip to the Pocono. Then we can go sit in the ocean. I get you the kiss with the open toe. We can go play and go be in the place. The sweetest escape and you know it though. We getting paid, but I know you know. Me and my baby done stole the show. She sees with my cake and I'm on the go. I'm leaving away from my door to go. Your love is the drug on my sober no. Your love is the drug on my overdose. I want the love in the overflow. You done with the scrub and you're getting pro. She let me do what I want. She let me do what I do. She wanna sit in the front. She wanna chill in my coat. She always do what I say, but she never say what I do. I told her, baby, I'm gonna be a player. She said I ain't playing with you. I know she wanna be more than a friend. I let her go and she on it again. She said that life is so boring with him. She said she like how I ball in the gym. I said I'm not like them other guys. I just want you love. I said I make it so left on the way and go run it up. Left on the way and go run it up. Come get in the front, yeah. Do what you want, know where you wanna go. They shoot what they want, yeah. You know what they want, you know what I want for. I know from the jump, yeah. That you what they want, now they wanna know. Can you get them on so we can make love while the sun coming up in the bungalow? I might have to cover though. She said sexy, she thinks she uncomfortable. She said with me her life is so wonderful. If she kiss me and I know she wanna go. Said she with me cause I make it comfortable. We get 50 then I make 100 though. Said I'm lady, I got it, I run the show. You should give me, they got it, they coming with me. She told me get in the whip. She done told me to come get in the Lexus. I put it all in the wrist. I put it all in the wrist and the necklace. I got all of them shit and they refuse different than all of my exes. I got all of them chicks, I made all of them quick cause I know who she let me do what I want. She let me do what I do. She wanna sit in the front, she wanna chill in the cool.
A minute left on this video, but I'm playing up.
But she never say what I do. I told her, baby, I'm gonna be a player. She said I ain't playing with you. I know she wanna be more than a friend. I let her go and she on it again. She said that life is so boring with him. She said she like how I ball in the gym. I said I'm not like them other guys. I just want your love. I said I run it so left on the way and go run it up. Left on the way and go run it up.
That's your business if you don't want to do it. I know. You gotta remember, I'm not getting this. But then what? Not everyone, but a lot of people like
When they get the pictures back,
I never take you for granted. I wanna take you to places you never seen. You getting cream, I wanna make you a better dream. You wet and cream, and when I get you the better things, my forever queen, ready to make me a better king. And I'm sure I can give you more. I can feel it in my core, I know what she's storing. Know you been with them before, but them niggas boring. Baby, open up the door, won't you let your boy in? But I want you to get your head up, put your head down, sit back, get your legs up.
so he was like, yo, they had me.
Keep applying the pressure. Funny from the heart, you can see him right in his letter. I'ma seal it with a kiss, I'ma leave it right on your dresser. Shorty said she falling in love, so I'ma catch her. Little mama a mess, her bank account is on the Lexus. She in love with the cheddar, I told her I could love you better. She gave me concussions, the way she hit me in my head, the way I give it is loving. Got bustin' like a Beretta. She even know that she the bomb and she cute. She fine, she the truth. That's why I rap about it whenever I'm in the booth. She mine, that's my boo. She know I'm in the loop. And when I wanna see her, she never find the excuse. I'm the guy with the juice, my ride missing roof. The pedal to the metal, she got me flying in the coupe. Mixing wine with the goose, sipping wine with the loose. A clip full of baddies, it's only dimes in the group. And I'm sure I can give you more. I can feel it in my core, I know what she's storing. Know you been with them before, but them niggas boring. Baby, open up the door, won't you let your boy in? But I want you to put your head up, put your hair down, sit back, put your legs up, get your hair down. I don't wanna lose this nigga.
It might not be you, this nigga.
And I'm like, damn, where you been? All my life is like a dream. Didn't trade you for a thing. Now I put that on everything. Fuck a money, fuck a ring. I don't need them type of things just to prove that you my king. Women, you need to sing, and I'm yours for sure. You and I forevermore. Get it right, you win, shit, I'm open like a door. Butterflies to the door, plus the pussy you make it pour. There's other reasons that I never could ignore. And I know that you really for me. I can see it in your eyes, I feel it when you hold me. Yeah, I've been with other niggas, they just wasn't for me. Now just tell me that you love me and you never leave me lonely. Keep my head up, put my hair down, sit back, boy, shut up, so we here now, get that, this, that, kick back, music with the chick that you love.
Shorty said that she falling like gravity. And when I taste you so sweet, she gave me a cavity. Turning me on cause the salary is a strategy. Instead of burning that Cali, she burning calories. Give me your all if I fall, I need you to carry me. Unless I fall with me, and that's you to marry me. If you marry me, girl, I'm sure I can give you more. I can feel it in my core, I know it's in story. Know you've been with them before, but them niggas boring. Baby, open up the door, won't you let your boy in? But I want you to keep your head up, put your hair down, sit back, put your legs up, put your hair down, step,
I just want
and I'm sure I can give you more. I can feel it in my core, I know what she's storing. Know you've been with them before, but them niggas boring. Baby, open up the door, won't you let your boy in? But I want you to keep your head up, put your hair down, sit back, put your legs up, put your hair down, step, kick back, music from the city, loud.
13 fucking years, you been cheating. You been cheating. So you forget, nigga, I had a baby, I know, like, you forgave that shit. Had 2 kids, and when you finally leave, God forbid, there's some dick involved. You finally leave to somebody who's showing you, somebody who sees you. I don't know, guys. Y'all know my name. Alright, come on, y'all. This right here.
Let's book a flight, let's catch a plane out to the tropics. You looking right, you do your thing, I know you got it, girl. They see it like they go insane, they wanna stop it. The way we move them out the way, we out of pocket, girl. We out of Houston, them ballin' like I'm a rocket, yeah. Let's hit the city tonight and let's get it poppin', girl. If you wanna get it tonight, then we going shopping, yeah. If I wanna get it, I'll cop it soon as they drop it, girl. As soon as they drop it. Girl, you got me in the zone, you got me in the zone with you. All I wanna do is get along with you. Let's get on, girl, I wanna go home with you. All I wanna do is get along with you. I guess I'ma need you to give me a minute. I guess I'ma need you to let me just hit it a minute. You sexy, I'm getting up in it. I needed a wife in my life, I'ma live it a minute. You pretty, I get it, so I'ma give in to my feelings. I'm feeling it, I'ma admit it. I gotta give it 150%, I'ma give it, cause I've been committed. So I'ma just get it and call it a day. Been with the women and all of them paid. Feeling the different is all I'ma say. It's silly, I really be calling you babe. Ayy, ayy, I get it, they really be all in the way. Ayy, Babe, tonight I'ma hit it and girl I'ma stay. It's your vibe and it's your style and I get so high when I see you smile. Let you ride me for a mile, cause you be driving me so wild. And you know I be on the prowl, but you know how to calm me down. And you know I'ma be around, cause you know I be in your town. Forget that clown, hit me now and I'm out, baby, I be on the way. She said promise me you coming, she said promise me don't play. I said nah, let's leave today. Let's go fly Montego Bay. Sriracha Sprite on private flight, everything on me, girl, we gon' pay. Yeah, we gon' pay. Yeah, everything on me. Yeah, I'ma send you a car. Yeah, yeah. Let's book a flight, let's get your plane up to the tropics. You looking right, you do your thing, I know you got it, girl. They see it like they go insane, they wanna stop it. The way we move 'em out, the way we out of pocket, girl. We out in Houston and ballin' like I'm a rocket, yeah. Let's hit the city tonight and let's get it poppin', girl. If you wanna get it tonight, then we going shopping, yeah. If I wanna get it, I'll drop it soon as they drop it, girl. Soon as they drop it. All I wanna do is get along with you. Let's get on, girl. I wanna go home.
Are y'all ready?
All I wanna do is get along with you. I really don't need you to tell me you love me. I really just need you to tell me you want me. I really just need you to creep and just sit on the beach in the heat where it's sunny. He wanted the money. They wanted my honey, they wanted the fun me. But they ain't getting mine, they wanted the dime, I wanted the 20. Ain't it funny when I say let's leave? I'm sure that she gon' come. We acting up, she got me cracking up. My shorty, she so fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rotate.
Right, he that nigga though.
All right. All right, ready? 5, 4. Ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to round 2, the second part of the DJ Focus podcast, episode 10. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. All right. Woo! Okay, so the last segment was so dope. The conversation that we got was amazing, and when we, chop that down, get our shorts going on, and get our videos out there, I'm telling y'all gonna love it. Make sure y'all always double back to the YouTube channel, and make sure y'all comment, not only just on the live, but on the comments as well, and keep the discussion going, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, people reply to those comments, and we keep the discussion going. So, we got a new panelist. Big dog on the couch, Big Rose. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
You heard?
He about to stare the pot.
Shook folk had to. Hey, listen, stop. We not doing that. No gang signs on the DJ Focus podcast.
We're unaffiliated over here.
I will let you throw up the west side. All right, see, here we go. Here we go. I knew it.
Right.
He's like, I knew it.
I knew it. The DJ Focus podcast does not endorse all of the comments. What they say? Okay. The messages on the are not that of the DJ Focus podcast. Mm-hmm. They are that of each individual that is represented. All right. So look, introduce yourself, occupation, relationship status, and social media. You can plead the fifth. You can plead the fifth, Sniff.
I go by Rose or Tragedy.
No, you gotta keep it close. Yeah.
Like this, like I'm rapping.
Yeah. Are we getting? You got him? All right. Go ahead.
Yeah,
like you
Rose
rapping.
Tragedy. You know what I mean, I own a cleaning company.
Okay.
Charlie's Crystal Cleaning. That's my occupation. That's all I do is clean. My social media, I don't even know that shit. It's Rose Tragedy. Rose_Tragedy on Instagram. Charlie Crystal Cleaning.
Okay. All right. Charlie Crystal Cleaning. Rose_Tragedy on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
All right. You ready?
Relationship status.
Why you came for him like that?
Relationship status.
I'm happily married.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, I'm happily married.
Okay.
All right.
So everybody, all the guys is in a relationship on this panel.
I thought you couldn't come here unless you was.
High value men.
I thought that was a requirement.
At the end of the day,
it is.
At the end of the day, if you a high value man of any sort, of a man with any type of power, influence, intellect, anything with any, a man with something to bring to the table, either you got a relationship, you got a situation, or you got an entanglement. But you got something, motherfucker. At the end of the day, you got something. You understand what I'm saying? We don't operate like y'all. You feel me? Y'all take pride and honor in not dealing with nobody. I ain't dealing with nobody. For us, if we ain't dealing with nobody, we look weird.
That's a lie.
I need a woman behind me. I don't know.
It's
Something
true.
wrong with that
That's
nigga,
a lie.
right?
I don't take
Something
pride
wrong with
in
him.
that. I'm actually embarrassed
too.
in that. I don't take pride in not having a man by my side.
Y'all never want men who don't deal with nobody. In high school, you ain't never gave your number to the nigga that
You was
wasn't
a
dealing
lie.
with nobody.
In high school,
you gave your number to the
it's
dude
sad
that was
to
dealing
say,
with
that's
everybody.
all I was worried
In high school, all I worried about was playing basketball.
You ain't
I
give
was
your
worried
number to the
about
nigga getting stuffed in a locker.
Oh
Chicks
boy.
love whores. They swear they don't. Whores and dirty niggas.
Oh.
Whores and dirty niggas. Niggas that ain't got no money.
Right.
Niggas that ain't doing nothing with their life.
Well,
That's what they into.
well, chicks like
Them niggas
they
feel
like
control.
men. They like whores, men as you speak, because they high value and they got options. The dirty niggas they like because they don't fear getting they heart broke by them. They like, you know
It's
what?
a safe choice.
Deal with Dusty around the corner.
Yeah.
I'm not following up behind no dirty
He
niggas.
cute
It
when he
ain't
put a
gonna
fresh
end
white
well.
tee on.
It ain't gonna end well.
I don't want no chick.
There ain't nothing wrong with a fresh white tee.
When he put a fresh white tee on, he cute. I deal with him.
Not washing their ass.
I ain't say
It's
all
something
that.
wrong with a nigga that didn't buy that fresh white tee.
All I said was ain't nothing
That
wrong
can't
with a
afford that
fresh
fresh.
white tee.
It's something wrong with the nigga that can't afford that fresh white tee.
Well, we ain't
Well,
say
black
that
and
either. I just said ain't nothing wrong with a fresh white tee.
Right.
Y'all
So
be digging too deep into
listen-
what I say.
first of all, there's nothing wrong with a fresh white tee.
Nothing
Fresh
wrong.
white tees have literally started some of the best relationships in the history of America.
6XL.
Like if I was still wearing that
Yeah, no
Dusty,
doubt.
The bag is
Hello.
super bag
Yeah.
the 6X.
Shit, I got one.
If I was still wearing that Dusty shirt from yesterday, she wouldn't have gave me her number. But because I got that fresh Galaxy or that Sunwear on,
Woo, that galaxy
Not
with
the
that
Galaxy.
fun thing.
yeah.
Hello.
No V cut.
that did it
No,
for the
yeah,
ladies.
yeah, that's before the V cut.
So, all right, listen. Let's get into our second, or our third actually, but our second half of our podcast. And so the first topic we're going to deal with on the second half of this podcast is the phrase, the term, the belief system, toxic masculinity. Y'all all heard of the term toxic masculinity, right?
Sure have.
All right. So, what are some of the characteristics in a dude that you say got toxic masculinity? Like, what would you say? Like, how would you, if you looked at a dude, you're like, oh, that's toxic masculinity. Like, how would you describe it?
I guess physical abuse.
Physical abuse?
Yeah, mental abuse. I feel like that's toxic masculinity.
That's not right.
That's not right.
Nah, that's not right.
So
All
why?
I'm saying
What's
is
right?
It's not right for a dude to be physically abused.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I thought
Yeah,
she-
I was
thought you
gonna
was
say,
saying
yeah,
she was
yeah,
wrong.
Yeah.
But wait, what?
So, physical abuse.
Physical,
Physical and mental.
mental. You shouldn't wanna. You know what I mean? Belittle a female. You shouldn't wanna put your hands on a female. At the end of the day,
So,
In order to make yourself feel
better.
right.
Some do it
the
just
toxic
because
part,
too,
right?
though.
Yeah.
so
That's
you
toxic
think
as a
toxic
motherfucker.
masculinity, the like the quintessential like determining factor is abuse. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like you know, dudes that's toxically masculine abuse their women. So you think toxic masculinity is a real thing? All right, AC, what you think? You think like what is the characteristics, or do you even believe toxic masculinity? Is
Oh
a
no,
thing?
I do believe it.
Okay.
I'm in nightlife for a long time now. I see it every night.
Okay.
But for me, it's toxic masculinity is without being in control of one's emotions.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Emotionally unchecked.
Okay. When a man is emotionally unchecked.
One thou wow.
Okay. Okay.
That's a good one.
It's really that simple for me. Like,
On point.
you know what I mean? Like when
yeah.
you,
On
when,
point. Really.
and once again, I'm in nightlife. I see it every night.
That's
you know what I
good as
mean?
fuck.
Like,
Very on
Yeah.
point. Yeah. Yes.
I like
Yes.
I watch dudes
Very
come
on
in
point.
and I watch dudes leave, and they just, that emotion is right here.
On their sleeve.
They need to, I gotta prove it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I gotta live it. I gotta be it. They don't believe me. You know what I mean? Like that emotional shit. Ooh. You know what I mean? Like, but once again, we was talking about it outside. Like, and you know, once again, everybody has their own life experiences. I'm not downing nobody, but you know, that comes with some type of grooming in your upbringing and things like that. I was fortunate enough. I was raised by a real man. You know what I mean? So I don't inject my emotions to a fault, and depending on the situation. You know what I mean? But I don't inject my emotions in decisions I make. You know what I mean? So depending on who you are, that can come off weird. It can come off as cold. You know what I mean? But as a man, like, you know, getting upset and flying off the handle especially when in terms of dealing with a female, like the way I was taught, like you don't do that. You check your shit at the door. You know what I mean?
So you think a man being toxic when he doesn't check his emotions and he uses his masculinity to kind of just bulldoze his way
This is
through
how
the
I
situation.
feel, and everybody in this room got to feel like that too.
Right.
The worst nigga in the room.
We seen
Worst
that
nigga in the
before,
room.
right?
He gonna
Too
fuck
many
up.
times.
He gonna fuck up money. He gonna fuck up relationships. He gonna fuck up somebody's savings.
Yo, Rose, speak directly into the mic, because when we watch this later, you're gonna be mad. Like, you can't have hear yourself. You feel me? Like, yeah.
But listen,
Like
just to sum it up, that's where I'm at with it. Like, men being out of check of their emotions.
Yeah, like that. Yup, perfect.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm holding some weird shit.
Hold it to the mouth.
Oh yeah, that was a pause.
Just don't hold it.
That was a pause. That was a pause.
Yo, my God.
Everything y'all saying, but I'm super toxic, so I agree with you with the physical abuse shit.
Oh, 1,000. I'm not saying that I'm not too. I got some bad shit. I got some bad shit too, man. Yeah. I think we all do.
Yeah, I'm toxic too.
So Ashley, I'm gonna ask you the same. I'm gonna ask you the same question.
It depends on the situation with that though. That's not necessarily toxic. That's just necessarily.
Yeah, yo. When you answer, just talk into the mic.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, you can pull it all the way back.
Yeah, you can pull it towards you. Just talk
Ashley,
into the
help me
top.
pull it all the way towards him. Yeah. Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
That's how you chilling.
Now we hear you.
That's how you
Right.
chilling. Yeah, I got you, pimp. I got you, pimp. So Ash, we're gonna ask you the same question. All right. What are some characteristics of a male?
Show masculinity.
Well, I believe in it.
Masculinity.
I believe in it. It's definitely a real thing. I think controlling in every aspect, including the physical and the mental, but all of that consists in being controlling. What's not bad?
Being controlling is really bad.
Controlling is bad as hell.
You're being insecure.
I think being controlling is bad, but being in control isn't bad. Like, you gotta be in control without being controlled.
Being in control is
You
all right.
understand what I'm saying?
So, in his definition, what he's saying is being in control is you being an alpha male.
No.
Yeah.
That's you being not
Absolutely.
necessarily-
You gotta
I
be
wouldn't
alpha
say
male.
having your chick in check, but y'all set those boundaries. You know what I'm okay with, what I'm not okay with. If she's cool with it and she's submissive, that's cool. That's him having that situation in check, and vice versa too. But being controlling, I'm not your fucking child, and nigga, I ain't your pet. Don't tell me to sit down, shut up.
It's okay to have somebody
And vice versa, or it's just okay for the nigga to. Oh, I was about to. You gotta clarify what you say.
Some bullshit. Check me, but ain't nothing wrong with your guy checking you.
But checking somebody.
You can't tell me sit down and shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna say.
Not on no time.
I don't
This is
know
what I'm
about
saying.
checking
This-
me.
so
It
this is
depends on
where-
how you check me and where you check me.
Exactly.
It ain't gonna be
It's
sit
never-
down and shut the fuck up.
Hey,
One mic.
Right.
one mic.
She's like, I always wanted to say that.
I did. I always it did.
I always wanted to say that one mic.
No, that was in control of that.
That's toxic.
With the finger
Just
up.
shut the whole room
I said I was a little toxic there, nigga. Anyway, so there's a difference between checking somebody and being controlling. Because controlling, when you're controlling, you're not going to care about where you do it or how you do it. When you're checking somebody, respectfully, I'm going to walk up to you. This is between me and you. I'm going to say it to you probably in your ear. I'm not going to make a scene in front of everybody because what's between us is between us. We're going to handle that together.
Right.
But when you're controlling, I don't give a fuck who now, bitch. I said go the fuck to the car. And then that bitch gonna go the fuck to the car.
I don't
and
know.
if
Was
she
you
don't-
drinking that night? Was you
if she
drinking that night?
don't, that's why I'm saying there's a difference
Depends on what
between
she's
checking
doing, though.
somebody
She
and being
wildin'.
in control.
Was you drinking that night? Because you might need to hear that.
Listen.
There's a difference
Some
between
girls
being
get
checking
drunk and
somebody
they start
and
bugging out.
Lola, hold on, real quick.
That's
Lola,
not
go ahead.
having
What you
her in
got to
check.
say?
I just feel like it's just certain degrees
levels.
to this. Like,
Levels.
Yeah,
Levels.
levels.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not
if
what you do,
tell
it's
me
how
like,
you do
yo,
it.
babe, you're wilding, go to the car. I'm going to that car. But if yo, gripping me up, yo,
You ain't
babe,
going. Stop. You ain't going to the car. You ain't going to the
You gonna
car.
try to pop
Stop
his
it.
ass. I'm gonna try to talk. You gonna try to pop his ass.
You like what car?
Hold on, real quick. Hold up, real quick. I got a question, Lola. So what if he tell you, yo, babe, go to the car, and then you be like, nah, fuck that, and he's
For
like,
what?
babe, go to the car. You be like, nah, fuck that.
No,
Then you be
it
like,
depends
"Get your
on
ass."
no,
Then
no,
you
no,
gonna be
no,
like,
no,
like,
no.
at what
It
level
really
is?
depends on the situation. Now, if he about to get into an altercation, you get what I'm saying? I'm not going to no car.
I'm about to say I'm stubborn as
But
hell.
if it's like, babe, you wildin', you know what I mean? Go to the car.
Don't take her advice. If we
Altercation, baby, take your ass to the car.
Yo, I'm mad Lola thinks she going to the car.
Go to the car and the altercation. Go to the car.
If it's hold on, real quick. If we about to go, if we about to get into an altercation,
You is not going
take
to
your
the
ass
car.
to the car. Cause guess
Facts.
what? Hold on, cause guess what? You got to go home to them
Somebody gotta
kids.
take care of these
You
kids.
might, my nigga, I might get.
Somebody
Oh
gotta
yeah,
take
that's right.
care
This a
of these kids.
relationship
Go to the
show.
car, 'cause at the
It's a
end of the day,
relationship
shit
show.
gonna
I
get
don't need your
real.
help. You can't help
I can
me.
handle this. We gonna scrap. I feel like it's getting too crazy. I'm or I'm gonna do whatever I need to do as a
Hit
man.
my bitch,
But
now I
at the
gotta
end
kill
of the day, yo, take your ass to the car and motherfucking goddamn it.
It just depends on the scenario
I've been
because
in a-
I feel
Because
like
imagine if,
Niggas is
imagine
unpredictable
if,
during
imagine
altercations.
if we about to get into an
been in those.
altercation.
Niggas
I
is
don't send you to the
unpredictable.
car, then you the only one who gets smoked.
Word.
Like how the fuck?
Facts.
How
I
I'm gonna
gotta
live with that?
Yeah,
Without
grown,
that.
Like
yeah,
damn,
grown
my
man
shorty
can't live
got
that down.
smoked. My
So you
nigga,
gotta
my
listen
only,
sometimes. Grown
man
my
can't live that
only
down.
goal is to save you. Take your ass to the car.
car.
If I tell you the second time and you don't listen,
all depends. Cause
No,
I'm
no,
trying
it
to
is.
like,
Every time I go
can't
to the
predict
car,
how
I'm
big
like,
the
that
audience.
situation, that's a
and
different
you the king
situation.
and I'm
I'm
the
not.
queen.
saying
I'm
that
gonna always
altercations
have
don't
your
never stay
back.
behind.
But you can't
Like,
predict
No,
how big the altercation.
He know why he
no.
telling you to go to the car. Go to the car.
So
If
now
think
I
people
know.
fight with me, we both
Right,
gonna beat
go
all these
to the
niggas
car.
up.
Go to the
Let's
car.
fuck 'em up, baby.
Right, that's a different situation.
We want
I'm
you to
just speaking in
live.
general.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
We need you to talk good about us if it don't go well.
live.
You know what I mean?
You got
We
to
need you to
live.
tell the story if it
Tell
don't
the
go
story.
well.
Facts.
Like, yo, that nigga
Hey, he was
was
getting
there.
off.
He
He was
knocked
whipping
out
his
like
ass.
30
Niggas
niggas
shot.
before. You know what I mean?
right.
You
Not
need
only
that.
you ain't gonna do nothing but get put.
Yeah, for real.
Somebody fucking
Real
knock you
gangsters
out.
gonna knock you.
They
My
gonna
niggas
come
will
for you.
knock
They gonna, yeah, no
if
doubt.
If your
Facts.
chick is weak and it's like that, and you be fuck that. I'm
Putting you out.
Yeah.
Out. If you out.
Yeah, nah, you gotta go. You gotta
One
exit.
down, next
You
one
gotta
up.
exit.
One down. That was quick.
You gotta exit.
That's
Because
quick.
you might have a ratchet in your purse. You might be the one to smoke my ass. So I'm
Word.
gonna put you
So
out
you
because it's
can,
easy. Boop. Then I'm gonna go for the biggest dude in they clique. Boop. And if I put him out, all the rest of y'all gonna back up.
In that scenario,
Get the car started.
But
That's
we're
a
not,
fact.
we're
Start the
not
car.
talking about altercation. We're just speaking in general.
Always fight the
So
bully.
if you don't like the fact that this nigga was just saying hi to me because you got insecurities or whatever the case may be and you toxic,
Yo,
we
I've
can't
been
go.
through
Bitch,
that.
go to
Every
the
nigga
car.
should be comfortable in their skin. Like, no, you ain't. If,
But 9 times
not
out of 10, a
every
lot
nigga
of
is.
toxic
You can
men
handle
are
that.
insecure.
I know you
Nine
Hold
times
on,
out
wait,
of
what?
10.
Hold on.
that insecure.
Nine of them?
Nine times out of
Hell
10,
no.
a lot of toxic
Nah, I
men
agree
are
with you.
Any
Nah, I
nigga
agree
I
with
that
you.
just feel like
Nah, I agree
certain
with you.
stuff I'm not going for. Like
Niggas be soft out
it just
here.
all
I agree.
depends on the situation though. Like certain stuff I'm not going for. Like if we in this together, we in this together. Like if you got a situation and it's 5 niggas, I'm not about to go to no car. If I got the, you know what I mean?
got in trouble a
Maybe
lot
I
of
go to the
times
car
when
and
I
back
was-
that thing out. But I'm just saying, like I'm not.
Back that thing on
But
now.
go
I'm
to the
not
car
gon-
and back the thing
yeah.
out. That's your first option.
No, I'm just saying I'm not going to the car to watch you get jumped. That's no.
Now we both gotta be sitting at the crib with black eyes
No,
and shit.
I'm
like,
Honestly,
backing
I'm
it
gonna
out,
keep it real
boy.
with you. If it's just you and your shorty, and you put yourself in the position to get jumped, you's a dumbass.
dumbass.
There's that.
Dumbass.
My nigga,
There's
go
that.
hit the
Dumbass.
wall
There's
somewhere
that.
and make love to your
Dumbass.
shorty.
There's that.
And if a dude come by and be like, "Damn, she look good," ignore him.
When you out with your
Cause
shorty,
guess
that
what?
ain't
You
it.
not
good
out with the
time.
homies.
No drama.
And
That's
they'll
why you
make
don't
an
take your shorty to
example
no
of you.
drama spot. No. We
Ah.
got to eat. We doing better shit. We ain't gonna put ourselves in that situation.
Not doing all that. We'll get back. It'll be different times. You know I'm a gangster girl.
Yeah, not only that, like street shit,
know
like
I'm
you kind of
doing my
gotta
gangster
go
things,
with what
too.
your man want on that one.
That's what he promoting. That's his thing. Don't everybody wear their own. Remember what you said, Focus?
Right.
Okay.
So
I feel you though, Lola.
Well, so it's your
My girl
turn
the
now.
same. She would never go to the car.
All right.
I ain't going.
So I got another
She ain't going
question.
to the car. I know.
I got another question. We're gonna get back to toxic masculinity.
Okay.
We heard y'all talk about all of the negative shit, but is there any advantages of toxic masculinity? Like, damn, or masculinity, or toxic masculinity? Like, too much, but it works out.
No.
I'm starting with you since you want to talk shit.
Okay. Shit, I'm ready. Anyway, no. I don't think there's anything positive when you refer to as toxic.
Yeah, you're supposed to love your woman.
Toxic is bad. But
Not
if you
her,
want to
though.
be a man and you want to lead, like the conversation we just had, as a man, I'm going to sit here and handle this. You go to the car. Because I definitely do understand that, even though I'm stubborn. And because if I love you, I love you. So I'm rocking with you regardless. But I do understand that sometimes, I'll speak on me personally, I need to just sit back and mind my business sometimes and know my place.
I like that.
Real quick though, you said there's no such thing as toxic masculinity.
No,
I
there's
mean,
no
or
such
good
thing.
toxic masculinity.
Yes.
But there's plenty of people who will label me dragging my girl out the club because she didn't want to listen to me toxic. But I know she was about to get shot.
That's a different situation.
But you just said there's
That's
no
you
situations that
that's you
toxic.
toxic. Yeah, that's you being a masculine
So
alpha
toxic-
male.
He was talking about how it's being interpreted though.
Oh,
Exactly.
well, you gotta
So
be
toxic
more clear.
masculinity is subjective then at that point.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
like
He looked like
you
a whole
might
asshole
view
at that
certain
moment.
things I did that are regular masculine as toxic masculine.
True.
Like where does the line get drawn at?
That's where
like
this-
do you hop back behind some shit because you just like
And so
that's
that's-
toxic masculinity, but it's really just me. In a world where masculinity
And so,
is vilified, just being regular masculine.
and that's the issue with toxic masculinity. That term is being thrown around towards men being men.
Right.
You get what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then we just need to know the difference, or just mind our business.
So, like, as far as I'm concerned, right, when you toxic masculinity, so toxic masculinity is like all right. So for women are emotional, right?
Yes.
All right. So there's a thing called emotional intelligence, the ability to
Absolutely.
control your emotions, like you said earlier.
1,000.
All right. So men, we're automatically more emotional intelligent because we don't take our emotions into consideration with most things. We just move on. We just keep going. So it's a natural thing. So therefore, when it comes to toxic masculinity, there's a hierarchy within men as far as like who's more emotional intelligent than the other.
Right.
Because some men don't know how to control their emotions. And so when you were talking about the alpha male thing, right? I was thinking, I'm like, it's not necessarily all alpha males aren't toxic masculine because of the fact that in certain situations, right, where you have like 5 guys, only one of them is going to really be the alpha male, right? Only one of them is going to be like that one that all of them look towards, like, yeah, he that nigga, right?
Or the
You get
one
what I'm
that
saying?
can beat everybody up.
He can also use his status. He can also use his alpha male status to overpower somebody in that group, in an argument. That's toxic masculinity right off the bat because of the fact that man who's not alpha.
Damn.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. So you're saying toxic masculinity could be between two dudes.
Exactly.
1,000.
Yes.
But listen,
Yes.
the guy that's not
So
an alpha
toxic-
don't mean he not shit though too. You know
Damn,
what I
that's
mean?
kind of deep. It took you a little while to get to it, but that was deep.
So Leah, listen, where you get this nigga from? Cause he's smart.
He wrote it.
Yeah,
He's all right.
We talk all
Got
day.
him talking that
100.
shit.
Yo, he wrote. He's all right.
Talk all day.
He's
Shout
the
out to
writer of this
Professor.
show. Shout out to the professor. Snap to the professor.
That's a snapper.
Okay,
That's a
Professor, you came on here to
snapper.
talk your shit. Hold on.
All right,
This one of the
so
snappers y'all talking about?
I never snapped before until I came here today. That's what's up. I like it.
That is dope.
It is, right? It's got a little thing to it. I like it.
Like you never.
You should say you
Uh-uh.
never.
And I think I'm cultured too.
You never
but I'm not
watched
that
like.
cultured.
You never snap your fingers?
I snap my fingers.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's right.
That's a good one.
That's the only time I snapped him. You know what I'm talking about?
That was the big baby doing the dance moves and shit, trying to hold shit. That was me.
So look, I got another good one.
What's happening?
So is toxic masculinity a learned behavior, or is every man toxically masculine, and you just gotta kind of quell it?
Who you asking first?
I'm asking you.
Listen. That shit is so learned, my guy. It's so learned, bro. Like toxic masculinity. Once again, I started with mine is based on emotion, right? So I feel like, once again, like I base it on nightlife. Like I'm like that. Like I'm sober and I'm watching all these drunk people act out, and I'm having my own like human experiment, right? And I'm jotting down the stats and what I see in my observations, right? So, for me, it's learned behavior, bro. Like, cause listen, like you get into a certain situation, you only know how to react in certain situations based on, once again, your experiences.
Right.
You saw someone or you heard someone talk about being in a certain situation, and you're like, this is how I should act right now.
Right.
Because we not just out here winging it. We are all people that we admire, people we don't admire. We're all pulling information from all of those type of people. Absolutely. You know what I mean? We're all pieces of that experience. So to sum it up, like, yeah, it's definitely a learned trait. I don't think, because listen, it's based on how you feel in the moment, right? And nobody can dictate how you feel.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's going to come to you naturally. But listen, here's the thing, right? Like for me, right? Like I'll be in a certain situation and I might feel like I need to take off right now. But I learned at some point that was like, yo, if you do that, nigga, you going to look like a ho-ho. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you out here saving them. You know what I mean? Like, I got all of them voices in my head where the next man might not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but on that premise, then you saying
but hang
that
on,
it was natural for
on.
you to be masculine, and then somebody had to teach you to not be. So you basically saying that
No, someone had to teach me how to be masculine correctly.
Okay.
And not masculine in a toxic fashion.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
feel me? So once again, like
dad was there.
my dad was there, my brother was there, all of his friends was there, all my big homies was there. That's a whole nother show. I feel like a lot of niggas out here just don't
We gonna
have.
bring Rose back to that one.
Yeah,
Big
I
homies
just,
again.
Yo, I just feel like there's no big homies, there's no guidance, there's, you know what I
Some
mean?
good
Like,
guidance. It's some good
you know
guidance.
what I mean? Like, there's a whole bunch of old niggas out here trying to be young niggas. That's a whole nother show for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
And bad guidance.
without wow. But listen, but once again, like, I'm not out here trying to act like I'm a 21-year-old nigga. I'm out here really trying to talk to young niggas too. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
Like,
right.
just like you are. You know what I mean? Like, and
That's what I try to do.
too. You know what I mean? Can't everybody be a up and coming 21-year-old nigga? Like, I done really been through some things, and if I see a nigga that's like on the same trajectory that I've been on, or maybe even more, I'm going to offer something if I feel like he got something, going towards him. So once again, not to go on a tangent, like, I take that as it's very important. Like, the reason why you see a lot of this toxic masculinity is because where they learning from.
So it's learned. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
You, Miss Ash.
Yo.
Is it learned behavior, or is it natural for a man to be toxically masculine?
Don't say it's not.
She want to say it's natural.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Let me say it first. Damn it. I feel like it's both for certain reasons. I definitely 100% feel like it's learned behavior. And then I definitely feel like because certain men... Are we referring to men being toxic towards women? For the most part?
Well, we're just talking about
Is it
masculinity in
So,
itself
all right.
being used in a
So-
toxic
Wait,
way.
let's just talk-
I did-
I'm just, it's not just
Yeah.
relationship wise though. I feel like
So, yeah.
it's definitely learned behavior, but I feel like there's also men who are traumatized by their mom, which is why they grow up and be toxic towards women in general. Not necessarily just in the relationship, but just towards women in general. So I feel like they don't have respect for females, so this is why they disrespect them and are toxic. And they weren't necessarily taught that. That's just, my mom traumatized me, so I hate all bitches. And then after my mom, there was all these bitches I was with too, so it just keeps adding on, adding on, adding on. But for the most part, definitely it's taught. But I also feel like it depends on what they went through too. That it just naturally, you just became that person.
Okay, Rose,
Yes.
what you think? Natural, toxic masculinity, natural, or is it learned behavior?
It's learned.
Okay.
I just feel like everybody is just making this about men and women, but that's not what we're really talking about.
Talking to the mic.
I feel like
There you go.
it depends on what. Like, I don't know. I'm just a forceful male. Like, the upbringing I was. My dad taught me a different life. Like when he was in my life. Like, I didn't know how to be a man. Like, I didn't know that men are supposed to just, because my mother was doing everything. So my father taught me how to provide for women. So I feel like when I'm in a woman's life, I got to provide. I got to be the one buying this and taking care of the bills and taking care of the rent, because that's just what I was taught. Like, I don't, like, opening the doors. Like, I don't do it every time, but I seen my pops doing that for his wife. So it came on to me. Like, it was just stuff I was learning from him.
So you think it's learned behavior? You don't think that it's naturally in him? Like, if every man had the chance to have the power to be masculine toxically, like they wouldn't just naturally be like, you know what, I'm gonna use my masculinity to overpower people. Like, you don't think you think it's fully learned? Because I think it's learned, but I also think
We hit 100 messages just now.
Oh, we just hit 100 messages. Hey! 100 comments. Somebody about to get paid. Make sure y'all share, because we giving out cash apps on the 7th share. The 14th.
Let me get a minute so I get my shares in.
Candace is a fan of the show. She be on our live chats. We gonna make sure you hit that. We get you that chicken.
Yo, Fo, what I wanted to say real quick was not everybody's born like the men in this room, where it's like, yo, I got something to say and y'all gonna chill till I say it.
Right.
You feel me? So like, there's not a whole lot of masculinity out the gate
for niggas to even be toxic. And you know, with that being said, I don't even believe in the term toxic masculinity.
You got something to say, folks?
Like, everybody talk about toxic masculinity and all this stuff. I just believe in toxic behavior. Woo! Like, at the end of the day, if you're toxic, you're toxic.
That's freight train shit.
And you use your masculinity, you use your relationships, you use your hold over people, whatever. You use whatever to be toxic, because at the end of the day, you're a toxic person. So I believe in toxic behavior. I think toxic masculinity is a trope. I think it's like a gaslighting situation where it's just people is like, and a lot of feminists mainly, is using that to kind of discount masculinity in a whole. Because we just said it's subjective. It's right, everything. It's like an attack on masculinity, period.
Yeah, but fuck that.
We can't
We're gonna go into that, right? Though
Right.
we're going into that next.
What feminism?
Yes.
You see how I was about
to be that.
You see how I was about to swing that, right?
Be that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
I'm
go.
not talking about no little boy. I'm talking about I'm gonna take care of business.
Real man, want that
If you ain't
out.
taking care of business, you ain't no man. Y'all be having the definition of men fucked up. Y'all be looking at boys calling them men. That's why everybody like men. But it's these niggas in this room, I can tell they some men.
Right.
Look at what bro got going on.
Right.
Businesses, getting his bread. Everybody in here. Like, I'm not as intelligent as y'all. Y'all speaking very.
Thank you, sir.
Don't say that. Yeah, don't say that.
I appreciate
You smart
that.
too, though,
I'm a
gang.
street nigga. I
You
just
smart
crossed
too,
over.
gang.
Yo, you know what I
just
think?
crossed over into that.
I think that the term toxic masculinity is
Who did it?
used by people of, you know, feminists and whoever else to really wage war on regular masculinity. Like,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm
Agreed.
saying? Like, I don't think, like, I mean, it.
Which makes sense because, you know, feminists have problem with men in general. So being a man is already toxic.
Yeah, anything
The yearning
we
to
do
be
is
equal
toxic.
type shit.
So
Well,
It
I don't
hurts,
think
right, but-
feminists have a problem with men in general.
Yes,
I
they
think
do.
feminists have a
They-
problem with boys who pretend
We'll
to
get
be
it.
men.
Like, we'll
That's
get
not
into it, but
true.
it
That's
used to be
bullshit.
like.
Yeah, because
I don't like that.
Excuse me.
I can
We'll
go
get
with
into
all
it.
different aspects.
We'll get into it,
I
but-
can be a feminist and I don't have a problem with a man.
First wave feminism.
Y'all
You
preach
see,
I don't think
preaching
feminism
every
comes
day
over
by
like that
saying
though.
y'all.
Hold on.
Hold on.
All right,
Hold
all
on.
And saying all feminists. That's
It's a one mic
reaching.
moment. It's a one mic moment.
That's reaching. Saying feminist. No. When y'all say
said, "Hold on,
feminist, you are speaking on every feminist. So watch your
Hold on, wait.
watch
Yo, are you
your,
a
watch
feminist?
your use of words.
Ashley,
Watch your words.
Ashley, before you go there, our next subject is feminism.
Come on now.
So wait, let's finish toxic masculinity first, and then we're gonna go right into
You
feminism.
got this girl. She almost dropped her vape.
Are we done with
want you to
toxic
watch your
masculinity?
We done.
All right, we done with toxic
Just
masculinity.
Just watch your
You
words.
should never give it a handheld. You should have never given it a handheld.
All right, you know what? We're officially into feminism. Go.
Let's go.
Go.
Hold on, say what?
I just want you to watch your words. Not all
So what can we
feminists.
say?
A real feminist does not have an issue with a real man.
What's a feminist
She has
have
an
an
issue with a man, a boy pretending to be a man.
No, that's not true.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
check it
I
out.
didn't.
Your
I
type of feminist.
I'm all for. I'm for everybody. Let's
it
just
out.
say that I'm for everybody.
So
as
what
long
you're-
as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing in
What you're
life, I'm for
referring to?
everybody.
What you're referring to is a conservative feminist.
Choosing boys then.
Because she.
We got people up here talking.
All right,
about
that's a different conversation because now you're talking about accountability. So we deal with what we allow. That's what you said outside. Understandable. That's understandable. I'm not saying you're wrong. So that
a nigga do to you, he gonna do it.
okay, which is true, but in general, why are you as a man, or quote unquote as you claim to be, because a lot of niggas, a lot of boys claim to be a man, and they come in and they paint this fucking picture trying to brainwash a woman that they are a man, and then when you get us where you want us, that's when that shit switches.
So let
you're
me
not
say-
who you.
Feel for the
That's
finesse.
not.
Hold on.
So as a quote unquote a real man is not
Ashley,
gonna finesse
A
no
man
bitch.
wouldn't do that.
So why
Ashley,
you
you're
made that
triggered.
decision
Thank
to
you.
get this
Ashley, you're
so-called
triggered.
man?
You're triggered. You're being triggered. You're triggered. Okay.
With what?
Get over it.
You're triggered.
You get over it.
I ain't hurt though.
A lot of people
You're
hurt
triggered
me.
and you're being
A
upset
lot of
right
people
now,
hurt me.
Ashley.
No.
Okay, hold on.
Y'all getting
Hey, yo,
upset.
hold on.
You're getting upset.
All right, so
You
listen.
are getting
Go ahead,
upset.
go ahead, go ahead, go
You're
ahead.
getting
Listen.
upset mixed with passion.
We can't throw
I'm
around the
saying what
word
I'm saying.
triggered, okay? If
Okay.
you listen to Ashley, it's a difference between that and passion. Okay?
There is.
Passionate about the explanation. That's all.
I'm just saying
I
watch
hate that
your
word
words.
triggered. If somebody like you can
She's
tell,
triggered.
you know the difference between somebody
All
that's
right, so
mad
look,
about what they
let's
talking
get
about.
some
and
structure
passionate
to
about
it. Hold
So-
on. Let's get some structure to it. Let's
Watch your
ask
words.
some
That's the structure.
specific questions, but calm down.
But I had an
She just
explanation
wants to
to
argue.
it.
Somebody love you.
But Ashley,
A lot of people love me, to be
All right,
honest.
so listen, damn it. Mute Ashley's
I
mic.
told you not to put me on the couch with him.
Mute her mic. Muted. Jesus Lord.
They don't like me.
Alright, unmute her mic. Unmute Ashley's mic.
We gonna ask.
Alright, so
let's
look.
go. Let's go.
So look, okay, listen. Let's get on structure. So this is our main political topic because we always do a political topic for the night. Our fourth topic, once we drag y'all in here with the fluff, we try to create some legacies for ourselves by having a real life political opinion that means something and that is going to help the greater good of humanity, right? So, political topic of today is feminism. It's 4 syllables.
F-bomb.
What's the question?
Feminism. So, the first question I'm going to ask Lola. Are women oppressed today?
Look at that pause. Mm-hmm.
Keep it a buck. I'm with you on this one.
Look at that pause. Come on.
A little bit. Not. I ain't gonna do too much on a woman because you know I'm all about women empowerment.
Exactly.
So
Talk your shit.
I don't know, just a little bit.
So y'all,
Alright.
so you're saying, I'm gonna let you expound on that. You got to expound
Yes.
on
No,
that. I'm not
go
dealing with.
ahead.
So what I'm saying is, are women oppressed today? And you got to expound on why you think they are or not. Like, are
Even
they,
that little small
do y'all
percentage
still,
you were
if it's no,
referring to.
say no.
No.
Thank you. She want to be on the women's side, so she trying to make some shit up.
Although,
Get on my nerves,
Okay,
Lola.
alright.
Answer the question and tell them why they not. Please.
Please, I don't know. I would love to hear it. Come on, let's go. Bring it. Come on. Since when do you have a filter?
No, go ahead.
Lola,
Yo, you tripping. Like, you need, you got to talk about it. Stand on it. You got to
Lola
stand
not
on that,
trying to mess up
Lo.
none of her
Stand on
friendships.
it.
She obviously got a bunch of feminists at home like, yeah, you better say it, right?
And those are the feminists y'all talking about, though. Because she can still be a feminist and just have her own opinion.
AC,
She ain't wrong for that.
AC, are women oppressed today?
Real quick, is feminist saying you pro-woman? Because the feminist word, is, I feel like that's gotten out of control, bro. What are we talking about?
That right there. That's
What are we talking
how I should have said it.
I wanted to ask, but I didn't want to say
What does this feminist shit mean?
All right, so
Smart man. What does feminist mean, bro?
All right. 30-second definition of feminism.
Yeah, come on, bro. You gonna ask me to talk about it? I need to know what we're talking about.
Give us a 45-second definition of feminism,
I
Professor.
ain't gonna have no book definition for y'all, but earlier he was.
In your opinion.
But earlier he was talking about the first wave of feminism. We're currently on our fourth wave of feminism. Ain't that a
How
damn
you know
shame?
that?
So check this out,
Nigga's
right?
smart.
From this, because it's all online, bro. You just,
I don't be-
yeah.
Yo, I don't be reading about feminism. I don't be reading about feminism.
Like,
I don't read about it.
I'm just saying, like,
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
I'm learning from you.
Listen,
Research,
we
get
gotta
your
be one
knowledge
mic.
in.
We gotta be one mic.
But
One
check it
mic.
out.
One mic.
All right,
Listen,
so
do not tell nobody who you got your research.
Come on.
Act
Listen.
like you read
Listen,
17 encyclopedias.
listen.
Last night.
Feminism, what it started out as, is basically women did not have rights at all. Okay, like they literally, they could not vote, they could not work. They were basically stuck into the household, and so it's like it's all it's as if like these traditional values are still in play when they're really not.
Okay, so listen, when I go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm going to push back on that a little bit and say that that's cap because women didn't have certain rights, but they did have rights, especially white women. White women had basic human rights. Wait a minute. They had basic human rights. They had the right to enslave us. They had the right to be above us. They had the right to use us. Like, they had rights. Like, don't get it twisted. So don't say they didn't have no rights. They didn't have all rights. It was certain rights that they wanted to fight for.
You're referring to rights versus
they still
black
had
people.
rights.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
Yeah, that's a race thing though.
No. Time out. It's a race thing. It's a race thing only. It's a race thing only because first wave feminism in America was for white women only.
First wave.
It had nothing to do. And he just said the first wave. That's what we're talking about. And it had nothing to do
So
with
listen,
Spanish,
Jacob Bush was
black,
slaves, but they
or
couldn't vote.
any immigrants, anything. It only had to do with white women. Period. The suffrage movement only had to do with white women coming
sense
out
because
and
black
saying,
women
"Look,
couldn't fight for
we've
rights
been
that
oppressed." All of this. It had nothing to do with black women. We still slaves.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is the 1800s.
Exactly.
So like we were still slaves. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day.
But hang on, let me bring it back. What is feminism today, right now?
like that?
Right now, what is it right now?
Facts.
You 1,000. What is feminism right now? Though?
It's kind of fighting for rights that they already have.
Feminism right now, I don't know. I think.
And it's like because it's because of like
Rights they already have.
it's because of like
That's some player shit.
it's because of like so check it out. It's like because of all right. So you know if you play the race thing or whatnot, even though slavery and segregation is over with, it's like black people, of course, are still feeling the effects of it. I don't think that feminism, for example, is that extreme when you compare it, but that's how they're feeling. It's like because most things are male dominated in society. It's like that's
I agree with
that. And it's like and so they take it as if like it's supposed to be that way. The world is supposed to see it that way when it's really not. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have the opportunities to do what men do. You get what I'm saying? But at the current stage, it's like all y'all see are men, but because that's what it was from the beginning. But now it's like it's as if it's a gender inequality thing. You know.
Yeah. So listen, is it my turn?
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, here's feminism for me, right? If I'm on a highway and we have a fucking blowout on a tire, I'm gonna fix the tire.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You can jump out with your punk ass, with your chest out, like I'll change the tire because I'm feminine and I'm independent. You gonna sit your ass down? I'm gonna change this tire. All right. Taking the garbage out. I'm gonna take the garbage out. I don't need my woman taking out the garbage, right? I'm gonna pump your gas for you. I feel like it's really this kind of simple of a conversation, right? Until you get up until equal pay and things like that. If you're doing the same job that I'm doing, you should probably be paid the same, right? That's not necessarily true in today's market, but at the very minimum, once again, we can go back to the beef. If I have a situation, I'm in the club and these niggas don't like me, I'm gonna send you to the car. You gonna go to the car because you're not a male and you can't handle these dudes in the way that I can handle these dudes, even though I'm on the losing end of it.
Right.
Take your ass to the car. My job is to make sure you good.
Right.
Dead ass. And you know what I mean? This ain't because you got this in your pocketbook or nothing like that. Take your ass to the car. I need you to live because when it's all said and done, it's all about how the story's told, right? So when the story's told a week later, yo, this happened to dude, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The last thing we want, whether we're there for it or not, is to be like, yo, and they girl did her dirty.
Right.
That's the... So, because if y'all women don't understand how we work, that would be the worst thing. We wouldn't be mad at niggas clowning us because something happened to us. We'd be mad because niggas was clowning us because something happened to our lady or our friend.
And that's
based
an ego
on us.
thing, right?
And
no, it's not an ego thing. That's real. That once again, that's
So
not toxic
though, what
masculinity.
you
That's
saying,
masculinity.
Though, basically,
Masculine,
what you're saying,
that's
though,
what I'm
is
saying.
that-
As a man.
Basically, what you're saying is that like that the feminism aspect removes that right from us to be like, yo, go back to the car, because it's kind of like, I'm equal to you. I'm gonna do what you say.
You're not gonna take that right hook like I'm taking that right hook from this 6'6", 350 nigga, 350-pound nigga that got emotional issues, and he just don't like me because. Right, no doubt. And you want to stay. You're not proving nothing by standing next to me. You just proving that like I don't have no control over my situation.
We ain't doing it nasty if you all banged up and shit.
So Rose, I'm gonna ask you a question. Are women oppressed today?
You ain't asked me that.
I thought I did. Didn't I ask you that? That was the main question.
I answered some other shit.
Yeah, you went to.
Okay.
Yes.
Went to defining feminism.
Women are oppressed today.
Because he had a question about what feminism was. What exactly
Well, why would you say that? Like,
because they're just
speaking to the mic.
They're just held to a standard. Like, I just feel like, and I can only speak from shit that I do. Like,
your own experience.
If you're saying oppression, like anything could be a form of oppression, and I love my woman to death, but I know I may oppress her sometimes because I'm aggressive, and I know like oppression, what it means. Like, so if I don't want y'all to look at me the wrong way, but if I come at her direct, I'm oppressing her, period. And I feel like a lot of people do oppress women. Like, I feel like more of men, they come more aggressively at women than they
Bro, give an example.
No, for real.
Give an example,
Yeah,
please,
speak right into
respectfully.
the mic, please.
Example.
Like, I feel like some niggas will be in the club and say a chick do something, they're very boisterous, they want to jump down her throat. But if a nigga did something, they not gonna come at the nigga the same way they gonna come at the chick.
Exactly.
A nigga gonna want to punch. If, like, say I'm in the club right now, Lola bump a nigga drunk, he go, bitch, fuck, da 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 da. I bump a nigga drunk. Excuse me, dog, I ain't mean it.
Okay.
Like, that's just how I feel on it. I feel like women do get it, and I see it every day. Like,
For me, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, yo, if I say go to the car, go to the car. It's different scenarios that you're supposed to be in, and in different, like, just based on.
I feel like
your,
dudes be tough who they want to be tough with.
Oh, that's a different conversation.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
No,
That's a different conversation.
if I'm
We
in the
talking
club-
about we talking about like
I'm in the
survival of the
club,
fittest
for
right now.
example.
Yeah, we
I'm
talking
in
about
a-
survival of the fittest right now with our woman in that situation with us.
Actually, what we're talking about is feminism.
Okay.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Yeah,
Y'all keep going back to the last argument.
I think we keep.
No,
I think we keep going back to letting men be men. That ass.
Well,
Yeah.
no. So let's go back to him. He basically said that him being direct is a form of oppression for him. Not necessarily all over, but just for him. So how is it that's from your perspective, or how you think she might be taking it?
I feel like she feels like she get oppressed.
Okay, so how she feels she might, but you see the thing is
That's why
when
I
you
wanted
come
an
at her
example.
directly, right? That's not the intention of it.
No, I'm not trying to be like.
No, you're not.
I
You-
never will harm my lady. I'm not trying to be a.
No, not at all.
But it's just in my demeanor. Like,
So
Now, are there
I'm
times
gonna-
where she would come, like in the argument, where she would come at you the same way?
Yeah.
But it seems a lot less. It seems a lot less aggressive because she's a woman.
Yeah.
Then see, and that's
I
what
don't
I'm
hear her how
saying.
she hear me,
So,
but she's not all screaming, but she's getting employment.
but you see, and like when you compare like how aggressive a man can be in comparison to how aggressive a woman can be, we don't find it much of a threat because you're a woman. You get what I'm saying?
It can be scary from your point of view.
Exactly.
This big ass nigga is
So
screaming at me.
because
like,
I'm loud and because I'm yelling, it doesn't mean that I got to be toxic, though,
So-
right? Because you can be loud and yelling too, but I'm not going to be scared of it. But it's just the concept of sometimes we're just loud and yelling. You get what
So
I'm
pretty
saying?
much, women today are mistaking oppression for a man just being a man. Is what you're saying?
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Not
What
at
I'm.
all. That's not.
So first of all, I'm gonna take you one further. I'm gonna say that although women were denied certain rights, women all weren't oppressed. I'm gonna say black women were oppressed, especially in this country. See, when you're dealing with oppression, you can't not equate anybody's oppression to the black woman's oppression. It was
No,
a
because-
severe, supreme
Because back
oppression.
Then, because back then a woman was already below, so therefore
So
you
for
can
you to
only
even
imagine.
try to
yeah.
act like that's feminism, not even black women's fight. Like it's like because it's like at the end of the day, you were as oppressed as me. Like men, like black people in general were oppressed. You feel me? So if white women is like, yo, you know, we didn't have the right to vote. We fought for suffrage. We fought for the right to vote. When they got the right to vote, black women still couldn't vote. And neither could black men. It took us 100 years later for us to be able to vote. But then when we got that, they took all the black women from us and took them over the feminist side. It was like, yeah, we finally got the right to vote. Yeah, but y'all didn't get the right to vote because of feminism. Y'all got the right to vote because of black, civil rights movements and black people dying and fighting and getting hosed down and you understand what I'm saying, in the streets and hung and loose and going through all these detriments. Like that's why y'all got the right to vote. So it's like black women, when they put y'all on feminism, they did that shit to proliferate their numbers because the whole first waves of feminism had shit to do with y'all. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know how I got into that, but I'm just saying, like, that's how I feel.
Well, what you said made sense, though.
You feel me? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So overall, yeah.
I've been waiting to see this. I got some more points too. I've been studying niggas.
No, that definitely makes sense, though.
You understand what I'm saying? So look,
It was
so the first wave of feminism that came in the 1800s, right? You understand? That shit was like in direct opposition to a bunch of men striking after the Industrial Revolution. So when Industrial Revolution came and we had like these industries come in and we needed workers and all of that, the men was being employed, right? White men, black men, different, even black women. They went on strike like, y'all gonna pay us more, like this time the third. And I ain't saying this is the only reason, but it's coincidence. Right after that, here come all of these feminist movement, and a lot of it was to bring women into the workforce. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, yeah, they made y'all believe it's this big badge of honor for y'all to get into the workforce, but reality is because they was expanding, they didn't want to pay us what the fuck we wanted. So they wanted, all right, well, y'all want to go on strike? Well, we gonna get y'all women out the house to come work for us. Yeah. And then they made y'all believe that it was better to come work for them than to raise your children. Like, y'all be really like, what? Like, acting like it's a shameful thing to be at home raising your kids. Like, why? I ain't no housewife raising my kids and teaching them.
That's what women were doing, man. Take care of the bills and the rent. And
bring home the bacon.
Yeah, there's some natural selection in there too.
I have no problem being a housewife.
That's it.
I'm about to say me either, but I like to spend money.
And then real quick, something that really bugs me out is how they took the women out of the household with feminism. Oh, you shouldn't be at home taking care of your kids. You should be working. You shouldn't be at home rearing your children.
He can do it too.
They took the men out of the house with welfare and prison industrial complex, especially black men, and then war for even some white men and all of that. They took men out the house through all of these, and then now when the kids is acting a fool, they blame the parents. Well, it's all about what's going on at home. But you took the women out the house with feminism and the men out the house with welfare. You did that on purpose. They raising themselves. And now the same system that strategically removed the parents from the child's life, now blaming the parents for fucking them up. Damn.
That was deep.
Is that one of the moments we
Can we get after that?
I'm a quick learner.
I will say this.
Next time you talk about something, it's the parents. Realize what the system did to the parents.
Right.
And like my dad used to always say, who taught them? These parents you blaming was also taught by the fucked up system.
Right.
They also was miseducated purposely.
Now I will say this.
All right.
Fact check.
It's enough.
Fact check it out.
Okay.
DJ Focus.
Hey, back check. So just because it might be a misunderstanding. So, blacks did get the right to vote before feminism. So blacks did get the right to vote in 1850, something like that. The feminism movement, women got the right to vote in 1900. It was like 19.
No.
19. Yes.
Bruh.
Yes,
All right, Google it.
Next question.
Because
Black
the
folks, we
Voting
get
Right
nothing
Act,
down
the
there. Yeah,
Voting
no doubt.
Right,
That was like 60 something, bro.
68 was the Voting Right Act.
That was 60
So I don't want to talk about that little bit of
African-
Reconstruction time that we fake had a
That
little
was
bit of rights
bullshit.
and then they stripped it
They
from
won't
us.
even count that shit.
We're not talking about that. The Voting Right Acts happened in 68. So you talking about 1900.
you
That
say
means
they
you had
right-
68 years of the 20th century that white women could vote, black people couldn't. So we don't want to hear that, okay? We don't want to hear about that. All right? Next question.
Where we at?
So, our Women Oppressed Today, we got that one out the way. So, what rights would you say that men have that women don't? Lola? What rights do men got women don't? What can men do that women can't? What rights do men got that women don't? Like, or
I like this nigga,
I
man.
don't know. I can't think of
So
none right
nothing.
now.
You can't think of none.
Not right now. What rights that men
so
can
feminism
do
is
that
on some
women
bullshit right now.
cannot do?
'Cause y'all got all the opportunities that we can. Y'all leading in certain sectors.
I feel like we equal.
Okay, so
In some degree though.
some degree. All right,
Yeah.
Ashley looks
They
like she
still
disagrees.
get paid more than females.
And not all the way true, no.
You don't think so?
We'll get there.
Okay.
man.
Do we get
We'll
paid
get
more
there.
than females in the strip club?
We hustle.
do we get paid more than females in the strip club?
Yeah.
Lies. Do we get paid more than females in?
No.
That's just
I
a
feel
pure
like-
lie. Don't
I
even
feel
justify
like-
it.
Well, yeah,
Hell no.
no. A female gonna
Y'all
spin
are
that
winning.
bag. If he's a stripper,
got
a
pussy, you
female's
winning.
gonna spin that bag.
Yeah, but that don't have nothing to do with with the. First of all, it's strip clubs everywhere. How many male strip clubs around here?
But they do
Nowhere.
private events.
I know. So wait a minute. You telling me that we got 10 strip clubs in a 20-mile radius, but y'all run out VFWs?
Who the fuck wanna see a nigga dancing though? Like,
These niggas be at American Legion Park 237.
Only when, hey girl, you know what's over? They be hiding that shit from their niggas.
Yo, listen. It's 20 strip clubs in Lehigh Valley. We not talking about that one strip event at American Legion Post 236 you went to last year.
Yeah.
With Stallion and Night Heat. Alright. So
Focus. We just
and then you talking
male
about
strip club. That's what we need to do next.
then you talk. Hold up.
Majority of women don't like
Listen,
male strip
brother.
clubs.
Let's get this money.
Listen,
Let's
brother.
hey man around.
What's the question, gang?
So,
what's the original question?
What? All right, yeah, we gonna ask
on it
AC.
for real.
What rights would you say that men have that women don't?
Oh, it's a couple of them.
Okay, talk.
So, yeah, you saw
I
me.
know,
You
I
saw
know.
me. Why you put me out?
Who is Aces? Go ahead.
So listen, right? And no, so listen, there is some differences, right? So listen, let's talk about the court system in terms of man, woman, and child.
Right.
All right. If
Don't do that.
I
Don't
can,
do that.
but I can though.
I'm
Go
here
ahead,
for this.
though.
So
I'm
low.
here for that shit,
bro.
Go
Talk
ahead.
slick.
listen.
AC.
So low.
all right, just to confirm, we're talking about what men have that women don't. And
You know where I'm going.
Y'all have
You
weebies,
smart. I
we
told
don't.
you that already.
Go ahead.
what men have
Listen,
that
right?
Okay.
So low. If you don't know me, if you know me, I ain't gonna talk about nothing that ain't fact checked already. So
Okay.
listen, right? We are consistently done dirty. I'm gonna say it so people can understand. In the court system, in terms when a child is done. Also, in terms of divorce, right? So if we are all equal, that is two scenarios where the man is almost. I won't use the 90. We've been using 99 a lot lately, so I'll be generous and say, let's say 80% of the time, we don't win out. All right, and our word isn't counted towards any type of wins on a male on a male situation
Why?
at that. I don't know why. I mean, well, one, it's based on
Just
old
ain't
laws.
But
hang on, it's
on
based on old laws. It's based on old
Divorce
laws.
because of a guy. It ain't
I'm not
because
talking
of
about
her.
divorce. I'm talking about like child
If you go to
support,
the court system,
divorce.
and why? Because you're not playing your part.
That shit unheard
That's not
of.
all the time. That's not all the time. That's not all the time. A female right now
Y'all will
can
take care of y'all step kid.
hang on.
For y'all real
Yeah,
kids.
That's
That's
some
why I
hood
take
shit.
care of
Hold
all
on.
of my kids.
Real
That's
quick,
some hood shit. Listen.
real quick. We covered this last week. We take care of stepkids because y'all are using
'Cause we're
the
allowed to?
system. No, because they're using the system against the real daddy.
God.
See, when you use the system against the real daddy and get welfare, Section 8, food stamps, and all the rest of that medical,
Can't
then
ask for
now
nothing
it's
else.
easy to bring Ray Ray in them
You
and
rather
to
have
play
that.
stepfather.
That nigga
So
named
right along with fathers leaving the household, stepfathers rose at an all-time high. That's a fact.
I'm taking
Facts.
stepdaddy
Niggas
application.
love bitches with kids.
Yeah,
Niggas love bitches with
but
kids.
listen, don't miss the message though. Like
Don't miss
it
the
is,
message.
it is super lopsided in that regard, without a doubt. Listen, like, and you know, and you see it on the internet all the time. Listen, if daddy don't have it, he a deadbeat, right? If mommy don't have it, she's struggling. You should pray for her, send her some money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, but if daddy don't have it, oh my
Always.
God,
Getting
you know what I
bombed.
mean? That's the
Getting
worst nigga on the
bombed.
planet.
But
What was you doing with him, girl? You know what I mean?
Masculinity, we gotta be men.
No, but
You
that's
gotta
the
be
thing.
men.
Yeah.
What is y'all job to? What
What
is
is
y'all
our
job?
Everything that you,
No,
everything
no,
you do.
no, a job
Are you
is to
insinuating we don't know what our
protect
job
and
is?
provide.
It's also to
And
lead.
provide.
It's also to guide. It's
Right,
also
but y'all
to
don't-
teach.
y'all don't be
It's
trying to do
also
none of
to,
that.
you know what I'm saying?
Don't say y'all don't, Lola. Don't do
Don't
that.
say
Don't
y'all.
do that.
Don't include me in
Y'all
that.
do
Y'all.
that. Y'all
Don't say
like
y'all.
shit.
Example.
Rose,
Right, yeah,
Are you
yeah,
triggered?
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Wrong,
I know
wrong.
Wait,
students
is
and
Rose
professors
triggered?
leaders.
Is he triggered?
One mic. It's who
Yeah,
triggered?
my
You
kids
took
is
that
doing
y'all
that.
were a real person. Are you triggered?
I'm not triggered.
You said it's
I'm
what
just
now?
saying.
Oh, he's just passionate.
That
Oh,
man
alright.
take care of his kids too. If he got kids, I'm
She
pretty
ain't just
sure he
do
take
that
care
shit.
Yeah,
of them.
man.
He
Yeah.
talking
just
to
do
men
that
that's
shit,
actually
yeah.
in their kids'
Right,
life taking
right,
care of shit.
right, right,
You can't
right.
speak for that margin out there of guys that don't. Because I do everything a mother do. Doctor's appointments, school visits, drop-offs, meetings.
I was at a doctor's
Cheerleading
appointment
practice, I
today.
do drop-offs. I do pickups. Everything she
I ain't
do,
gonna
I
front
do.
you do,
Right,
Rose.
right,
You
right.
do your thing with your kids. I ain't
Okay,
gonna
so
front.
you're
Appreciate it.
passionate. You're not
That's it.
triggered.
That's a
I ain't
good
gonna
father
front.
right
That's
there.
I'm
one
not
thing
triggered either.
I cannot even deny. He do his
So,
thing with his kids.
Ashley, I need to ask you this question.
Appreciate you,
What
man.
rights would you say that men have that women don't?
None.
None.
Because y'all got a little bit off topic. None.
I know we did. We
I
get off
definitely
topic all
feel
the
like
time.
women have more rights than men.
Okay.
I do because we could go back to the abortion topic.
Oh.
You gotta think about it. We have that, and that right there is
That's it.
enough.
That's enough. You got the power
Wait,
of
hold
life
on.
and death.
What does
Case
Focus
closed.
say? Drop mic.
Nigga, drop the mic. Y'all can kill people legally. Y'all got the power.
And a man is legally. Wait, listen.
Goddamn.
Hey, I brought it up. It's like,
Y'all can kill people legally.
Wait. And legally, men have no say.
Thank you.
Still to this day, a man cannot. I mean, you could probably go to the court and try to fight it, but
Be carrying.
a woman doesn't have to go to court and fight. A woman does not have to go to court and fight for her right for an abortion. It's already there.
So
a man has to literally fight to have even a say
So
so.
we're living in a world that gives women all the power and then calls men toxic for trying to take any bit of power back.
To a certain extent, yes.
Hold up. Peep that.
To a
Peep what I
certain
just
extent,
said,
yes.
though. In America. They call you toxic for taking a little bit of power back. And they give you all the power. We living in a system that gives women all the power and then calls men toxic for trying to get a little bit of power back. Over his woman, over his household, over his family, over his kids.
To a certain extent,
We're trying to be
to a certain extent, yes. But I think it's only considered toxic because it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So toxic, again, with some of our definitions was being abusive mentally, physically, whatever. That's toxic. But if you as a man really feel like your voice should be heard, there's a way to go about it. So there's a difference between going about it the smart way, I'm not going to say the right or wrong, the smart way, and then going about it the ignorant way and being abusive. So yeah, to a certain extent, yes, you're right. And yeah, I'm sorry, but I stand on that. Women have more rights than men.
Have more rights than men. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
they do.
Rose,
and
what
that's
you
just
think?
without one example.
Who got more rights?
Women.
Huh?
Women.
Women got more rights?
Yeah, I just feel like they do. I'm gonna agree with her on that. She just hit me with a bomb there. I do like that. They do. Because they got the right to everything. I just feel like, all jokes aside, y'all gonna look at me crazy for this, but I feel like women run the world. Like they're controlling everything.
We run the world.
We want to
Niggas
act
just-
like we're controlling
niggas
shit,
just
but we're not
living
in
in it.
control of nothing.
Yeah.
We're not
We're
in
not.
control. I'm telling you, bro. Only thing we in control of is our bodies. The women control the world.
I don't know if they control the world.
So listen. Let me jump in. Let me jump in. Yo,
Don't
Flo.
go around without the women, bro.
What that
AC,
was?
jump in.
Listen, right? And here's a check this out, right? If a woman accuses you of rape tomorrow, what happens to your life?
You gotta say grape.
Grape. My bad. Please don't take us down. If someone accuses you of that, what happens to your life tomorrow?
You go to jail. It's over.
That ass.
You never live it down.
But listen, what if and then the next day? Hang on. The next day they like, yo, she was lying. That was bullshit. What happens to your life on the third day?
You still accused.
That's all that power, brother.
That's it.
They have a lot of power. It's the power of the pussy.
Well, I think Ashley summed it up good because she said they got the power over life and death. Drops mic. That's it.
And with your question, that's a specific movement within the feminist movement too, called the Me Too movement.
So, all right, couple quick questions before we get out of here. Do you believe in the pay gap? Does it exist? Is there really a pay gap? Like, do men really get way more money than women?
I don't think so.
You think so? No? Ashley, no?
I think they do, but I think it also falls back on because a lot of women don't apply themselves as much.
Yeah, because I read that guys negotiate their prices. Females don't.
Yes.
We settle.
Yeah, we
for a lot of
like,
shit.
If they be like, I'm going to give you this, females be like, okay. And if a guy go like, no, I'm going to negotiate what my worth is. Females typically don't negotiate. I read that. We don't negotiate.
Females tend to be more agreeable in the workforce.
Negotiate. I'm like, listen, I don't work.
I've seen
way
her do
more
it
than
too.
that.
The price is the price. I don't negotiate.
All right, so all right, I got two more questions and then I'm gonna get y'all final thoughts. Okay. The question, number G. All right, patriarchy. Do you believe that the patriarchy exists? Is the world still dominated by men? I'm gonna start with AC on that one.
Ain't no woman president.
Absolutely, the world is still dominated by men and probably will be dominated by men for at least another 50 years. You know what I mean? Like
50, damn.
Listen.
Time running up.
No, listen, like, you know, and you can drop the Illuminati word in there and all of that, but like there's a faction here that like is not going to let that just happen. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's right or wrong at all. You know what I mean? Like, actually, I'm saying it's wrong. All right? I support my women. But
the patriarchy is not wrong. I'm going to go straight up and say the patriarchy is a good thing. The patriarchy is how we built this goddamn world.
Is that the way things should be?
From.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's not wrong.
Patriarchy.
They're not gonna make us think it's wrong either.
They're not going to let us think it's wrong. No, not at all.
So listen, yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's, man, I'm going to say it because I say what the fuck I want. It's a really great idea to say that we're going to make a army full of women to go fight off whatever's going to end humankind, but that's just not what's going to happen.
Right, exactly. You need men, and that's what they all come to when it's time to fight wars. Or they call if there's somebody comes trying to rob them, they call male police officers. If the house went on fire, they call male doctors. And if somebody broke in the house at night, they're gonna call a male at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, y'all love us and y'all depend on us to protect and provide. So guess what? The patriarchy is a good thing. It is a good thing.
It's a necessary thing.
It is.
It is. And any woman that lies to themselves and that said it's not. I mean, the bottom line is y'all want to be in control, and I get that. I understand that. But is it the best thing for humankind, for your relationship, for whatever, right? Yeah. No. All right, so look, we're going to get to our final thoughts.
Niggas said no.
No, we're not. We're going to get to our final thoughts. We're going to start with Professor. I want you to give your final thoughts on the chat.
On the chat, okay.
Go. I mean, not on the chat, on the podcast. Go.
Okay, all right. Well, actually, all right. I would like for y'all to pick a subject. What we talked about tonight. I'll give y'all a final thought on one of those.
Okay, I got it. Can I pick it?
Sure, why not?
I want my. You said what?
Feminist oppress.
Feminism oppression.
Feminism.
Feminist oppression.
Okay. All right. Let me see. So, I don't think when you take the word oppression, like we've already seen it, you know, through slavery and segregation. So, women being oppressed nowadays, I don't think so. You know, I do think, like I said, like the patriarchy, it technically does exist. For example, all right, so if you was to take an example as far as oppression go, we're not getting paid enough money, right? So the fact is the pay gap do exist. Also the fact is that the pay gap existing, they assume it's because it's supposed to be that way. So it's always going around that this pay gap is here to make sure that men are supposed to be getting paid more than women, when that's not the idea at all. It's just the differences in the jobs. You get what I'm saying? So women would take, you know, less paying jobs, but, you know, naturally that's what they'll go towards, you know, schooling and nursing, this, that, to the third. Men go towards more STEM jobs, that's science, technology, engineering, and math. You know what I'm saying? Which were more high-paying jobs, and which makes sense, you know, because those high-paying jobs, women, like you have to work a lot more hours. It's on the stats that men even work more hours than women on the average. You know, you see most men are working about the top ones about 70, 80 hours per week. Most people in general don't want to do that. You know, so there is the choice to do those type of jobs, but when it comes down to it, most women won't even go out for those, or even look at the male-dominated jobs that aren't top tier, like garbage man. No woman wants to sign up for that. No woman wants to sign up to be a plumber or going in somebody's sewer. You get what I'm saying? And those are high. It's because you see, those are low tier in comparison to being the doctor or something, but those would be top tier and middle class. They pay a lot for those, but you won't see women in there because of choice. And then look at it this way, right? YouTube, for example, is a male dominated space, but for the most part nowadays, because of feminism, there's a quota to put you guys in. The same way there was a quota just to get black people in during affirmative action. You get what I'm saying? So you got, and it's talked about all the time. Like, if I wanted to go into this as a woman, chances are I'll probably succeed better than a man would because of that quota, because of that feminist movement. All right? So even though, like, for example, Pearly Things, YouTube is dominated, but Pearly Things is it's a podcast by this chick named Pearly, who's basically, she's flourishing, and she admits because of the fact that she's a woman. She knows the fact that even her team, you know, she gets treated a lot better. They're always, and it would be harder for a man to be able to do so because it's already male dominated. You know, so because the feminist movement is happening at this current moment in time, there are still systems in order just to get, you know, women not necessarily at the top of the least equal.
So you basically saying there's no such thing as feminist oppression because feminism naturally is made to get rid of oppression.
If you ask,
that's pretty much what he's saying. I don't think, a nutshell.
Almost not because I don't think oppression.
That's pretty much what he said, right?
I don't think the oppression portion existed for a while now. You know, that's why I named the pay gap thing. You know, because there was a time where women couldn't work, so that's a real pay gap, right? Y'all couldn't get any money by choice.
All right, I think we got the gist of your argument. I get it. Mm-hmm. Took you a while to get there, but I get it.
Explain.
Yo, Professor, sometimes when I be on a joint and I be listening, I be like, okay. Then he get to the end, I be like, oh, okay. But when I go listen back to the podcast, like, this motherfucker is the smartest one. I need to do more. I need to do better. Like, fuck. Like, shit. Excuse my language.
Go home and read a book.
Lola, final thoughts.
I'm reading a book because of you.
Just pretty much like, I'm all for the women. Women empowerment.
That's cap.
So what you mean that's cap?
I wasn't even trying to answer half the question because you know you was about to go against them.
I really feel like that's what I got. Balance.
I like both of y'all always though. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all stay in y'all ground.
Thank you. Thank you.
Honestly,
and anybody that looks at you differently for being opinionated, they're wrong. Because you could be open. Well, yeah, what he said.
It's not your final thought turn.
Right.
It's her final thought turn, light skin. Alright.
I'm all for the women. Like, I don't care about none of they talking about. Like, I really don't. Like, if you're a woman, do you.
Feel me? If you want to make money, negotiate. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't settle and speak your price. That's it. Like, but other than that, like I said, I got brunch coming up.
Shameless plug. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, reserve your tables.
Okay.
I got another fight party coming up.
She's capping. Like,
what you mean?
The reason why you only being short is because you like, you know what? You trying to be politically correct, and you like, no, I'm all for the women. No, you ain't. Like,
you don't think I'm for the women?
You are, but
Right.
you do think they on some bullshit too, and like you be like,
Hold on. But this ain't about me. This is about everybody.
it's your final thought.
It's about everybody.
So my question to you is,
Huh?
I'll ask that next
It's
week.
about
All right.
everybody. Don't try to fess me up. This is my final thought. This ain't your final thought.
All right, whatever. I'm sorry.
Listen, y'all do y'all thing out there. You feel me?
Unless
I got a
that-
fight
Pressing
part. Right.
Unless that thing
Right.
includes
What?
selling your house.
Oh no. I mean a hustle. Listen,
shaking
I ain't
That's
gonna
all they
first
do.
of all,
Shake
I
hands.
got, you know what I mean? I know a lot. You feel me? If that's your hustle, that's your hustle. Do what you
That
gotta
ain't
do
no
to feed
hustle.
yourself.
That ain't no hustle. That's
What?
being lazy.
This her final thought.
That ain't no hustle. Selling your body for money ain't no hustle.
Alright, listen. We not even gonna AC.
Wait,
Because you not
can I
gonna be,
finish my
you is not
sentence?
gonna be up here advocating hold 'em.
I'm not advocating none of
On a
that.
holding
But
pole.
I'm just saying if that's your hustle, that's your hustle. I'm not going to downgrade no female for doing what they gotta do to put food in their stomach
It's
and
not
none of that.
downgrading her though, because you're trying to upbring her. and
Like,
tell her that's
nah,
not
I'm
cool
being
to do.
real though.
I'm upbringing you like, nah,
all
don't
right,
do that.
I
That's
understand
not
that,
cool
but
to
I'm
do 'cause
being real though.
I get being
I'm
real,
not doing
but you
it, but I'm
still,
just
I need to
speaking
upbring
on
you. I'm gonna get you
females.
out of
If
that.
that's their
I don't
only
want you
hustle, how
selling
they
your
gonna
body.
get
That's
to
not
it? That's
good.
how they gonna get to it. Period.
No, but that's
I
not.
don't care.
No.
That's
No
your
women
opinion
or man
though.
should agree
That's
with a
your
woman selling their
opinion
body.
though.
It's not an opinion. It's
It's
facts.
it's your
facts.
opinion.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
here
People
to
been-
uplift you.
people
Let me
been
get you
doing
out of
that,
that slump.
All right,
You don't
so
need to be selling
Lola,
pussy, baby.
you don't want to be uplifted.
Oh my God.
You don't want
That's all I'm
us
saying.
to take women from the.
All right, but I'm
You up here
the
speaking
selling
for all
ass.
women. You sure you want to tell them to
hold
go get
on,
their
hold
money
on.
anyway?
But y'all paying for it though.
Who? Not me.
I'm just saying, y'all paying for it
$200,
though.
that's like those $100,
I
$200
know, alright, but listen, okay, that
First
ain't
of all,
shit, but
all
you
of us
still at
aren't
the
paying
strip
for it.
club,
That's
though.
not true.
You
All
at
of
the
us aren't
strip
paying
club
for it.
spending that bread. So therefore, if that's her hustle, that's her hustle though. That's not.
All men aren't paying for it though. All men aren't paying for it. Some men fundamentally believe.
And okay, but most are. Let's really talk about it.
You want to pay?
Most of the niggas that's in the strip club ain't spending no money.
I don't
They just in there
care.
watching. I done been in the strip
none of that.
clubs. It's only 3 niggas that's spending
It's
money.
my final
20 other
thought,
niggas
though.
are standing there.
Okay,
This
listen,
my final thought.
Lola.
The fuck is you talking about? This is my final thought, nigga.
I'm just telling you, don't tell the ladies this.
I'm not telling them to do. I'm telling them if that's what you're gonna do to feed yourself, then you do it. I don't care. I'm not here to judge.
you
I'm
are
not
telling
here to
them. Work at a hotel or McDonald's.
Listen, I'm not here to judge nobody.
You're not
You
judging.
gonna
I'm
get.
not judging.
You
I'm just saying I'm here
I
to
got
uplift.
all types of friends.
Don't
I
sell
don't
your
care
body,
about
baby.
none
I
of
got
that.
you.
All right. I got all types of friends. If that's what you're gonna do,
All right, I get
I'm
it.
not gonna say
I get it. Say
I'm
no
not
more.
gonna
I
say
get it. I
it.
got friends too, but I'm telling
got
them
it.
they don't sell ass. Don't sell it. My friends be selling pussy, but I'm like, yo, don't sell the pussy.
I agree.
Are you telling your niggas
But
not to
that's
sell
what they're
drugs too?
accustomed to.
Are you telling your homeboys
All
not
right.
to sell
Okay.
drugs?
So listen, guys. Let me.
I'm gonna say that for another segment.
Hold on.
I'm
hold on.
brand big on Lola
Hold
because
on.
I'm not gonna get my point across because
Hold
people
on.
interrupt.
Let me say
I
this.
still
Let me
love
say
you,
this.
Lola.
Hold
I'm
on.
just
Let me
saying,
say
baby.
this.
I
Let me
respect
say
you too
this.
much.
Hold on. Hold
You're a
on.
queen, girl. You are a queen.
Hold on, Rose. Let me say this. Let me say this.
Please don't sell they box. That's not a hustle.
That's all he's trying to say.
That's all I'm saying, baby.
This
I'm not
is what-
attacking
yo,
you.
this is
no
all he's
woman.
trying to
I'm just saying
say.
y'all are queens. Don't sell your body. It's better out there.
I'm not saying
listen,
sell your
listen.
body though. That's the crazy
Listen
part.
to the nuances of his point, though.
Do you think
He's only saying it's not good advice to
Listen,
tell
I don't
people.
care what y'all talk about because y'all in relationships. So y'all need to be quiet. Y'all don't need to be speaking on none of that I'm talking about.
So if I break up with my shorty, I can go hit the
You're
strip.
not though. So keep it to
Saying
yourself.
I can hit the strip
You're
though,
not.
like
I'm
that's
just
not.
saying though, you could hit the strip with your shorty. To be honest.
All right, listen. You know what? Lola's done. You and Mike. The hooli.
You are a queen,
The
girl.
hooli got to her.
I'm saying though, I'm not knocking
We're not
nobody.
talking
Listen,
with
I'm
Lola
just
Chanel.
speaking-
We talking with
No.
Lola Banks.
Lola's the goal. I
Listen,
love me some
I'm
Lola.
about
That's
to-
my
We talking with
dog.
Sasha Fierce right now.
Tell y'all. Listen, listen, at the end of the day, you
I've
gotta
been
do what you
drinking.
gotta do.
I've been drinking.
You gotta do what you gotta do to survive. If that's what if that's how they survive it, that's how they survive it. If they don't know no way and that's how they gonna get to it, that's how they gonna get to it.
I'm not mad at
I'm
them to
not
get to
here
it.
to judge nobody. Everybody got skeletons in their closet at the end of the day.
No,
You
everybody
feel me?
should.
So at the end of
do.
the day, I'm gonna preach what I'm gonna preach. If that's their hustle, that's their hustle. I'm not saying that keep that hustle. You get what I'm saying? Just do what you gotta
That's
do for
it.
now.
That's the question. See, all you had to do was
But
say that.
I'm just
I like that,
listen.
baby. I like that.
All you had to
though.
do was say,
I like that.
don't keep your hustle.
We letting you talk. We just commenting on your
All right, so final
excellence.
thought. She get a minute right now.
Yeah, damn. I got a fight party coming up April 22nd. Be there, be square. And yeah, like, add me on the gram, big on Lola, and that's it.
All right, no more shameless plugging.
I'm going to shameless plug this shit.
All right, it's
Fuck
her
you
show
talking
too. She
about?
can shameless plug all she
Right.
wants.
Make sure y'all be at
Why
that
you
brunch.
going here then?
Be at
Lola
that
can do
brunch.
what
Get
she
y'all
want.
tables.
Right, you
It's
got your
her show.
table? All right, get that ASAP.
All right, so look, AC, final thoughts.
Respectfully, I gotta go. I got a business to run. But listen,
Right.
for me, my final thought is, it's us versus them, right? And when I say us versus them, I mean them is those who can't sit in a room, have different opinions, and talk through them, right? So if you're not able to do that, fuck them, right? But if you come in contact with them, try to help them, man. You know what I mean? Because this type of dialogue is the shit that pushes the people further, pushes the mentality further, pushes the culture further. I'm glad to be a part of this. Shout out my brother Focus. Thank you for
already
bringing me
know.
down.
I got
You
you
call me
covered.
up, I'm going to come down here again, my guy.
Yo, I got you, my boy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
No
I'm
doubt,
definitely
man.
gonna
Put
hit-
on the love team.
Yeah.
One thou wow.
We gonna bring it
Yeah,
back.
we talked about actually we supposed to have a meeting like we supposed
We gonna bring it
But
back.
yeah, nah, it's us versus them, man. Like I'm always up for a debate. I always want to know how people feel about certain things, and I respect how people feel about certain things, even though I might not feel the same way. So it's all about that, man. All right.
Nah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Big shout out to AC Sativa. This is my brother. Big shout out to Love's Lounge, Bree Love. Big shout out to the whole movement. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all check them out. They dope lounge in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And you know everybody
I
know
get
about
an
it.
invite to one of these Eastern events though. For
Nah,
real.
listen, you know we all the way live. I Am Mule Friday, Saturdays, and every other Sunday.
see
We
y'all
gonna
shaking out here.
hit them with that good old brunch. April 16th we got the brunch. April 22nd we got the fight party. And every week we got tomorrow night we got El Foco Loco. Shout out to DJ Focus. It's a Latin hip hop party. El Foco Loco. Yeah, El Foco Loco. You like that, right? We throwing that every once a month, El Foco Loco. And I'm throwing the El Foco Loco Festival. Tucson, Arizona.
Shameless plug, shameless plug. Hold
Tucson,
on.
Arizona, El Foco Loco Festival. Alright. Ashley, final thought.
I think my final thought would really just be do what's best for you. Right. And I also think that you should definitely stay true to what you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
But don't be afraid to be open to different perspectives. Because there's been a lot of times where I was standing my motherfucking ground on what I believed in, but then I really sat there and listened to somebody and I understood where they were coming from. So they changed my perspective. There's nothing wrong with educating yourself and changing your perspective, but definitely stay true to what you believe in as well.
Right. Okay, good final thought. Nice, clear, concise, to the point. Rose, final thought? Unlike some other people.
Real quick. Somebody pulled the mic so the camera's unplugged, but the audio's still on. Somebody just unplugged it. Just
We not on live right now.
No, the mic is still on.
You can't put it back on?
No, we can. I just told them to plug it back in.
Ah, shit. Cameras off, mics on. Rose, give me your final thought for the Spotify.
It's back on.
Oh, shit.
We got the hater blockers on.
Y'all are great. Don't let nobody tell y'all otherwise. Y'all run the world. Women, you are great. All the women in the world, you are great.
Here we go.
Nothing no one was talking about here. Don't let nothing tear you down. You guys run the world. I don't care what these men say. I love every last one of y'all. Y'all do need us, and we are here for y'all.
That politically correct shit up out of here. He said, I love all of y'all together as one.
Yeah, no, we gotta take care of our women at the end of the day. No doubt.
So,
no matter what, no matter how we feel.
My final thought.
That's part of
My
it.
final thought is, thank you, brother. I appreciate that very much. Big shout out to everybody who came to the couch. Rose. Big shout out to Ashley. Big shout out to my boy AC Sativa.
I like this vibe.
I was the
Yeah,
original.
yeah.
I like this vibe.
I was
like
the
that. I
original
like that
Sativa
vibe.
promotion.
You want to talk about that? That's
We
why
gonna
I
talk
got
about
my
that.
start.
Sativa smoke like
Sativa,
weed.
yeah,
That's
Sativa
bud?
Promotions.
Okay.
That's his thing. I was the original Sativa Promotion. He was my manager like 8 years ago.
What that wow, man? It's
But
a
then
long
we
time
end-
ago.
Then we end up coming the best of friends, and we still are now, man. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to my boy AC. Big shout out to New York
Yo,
Giants.
for real. Yo,
Our team.
we doing a game. Let's go blue. Let's go blue.
Still a game. Still a game.
You know,
Still a
we're
game.
doing at least 2 games this season.
Still a game.
At
Shout out
least
to
2
the
games
Giants.
this season.
At least look, we going 2 games. We went 1 game last season. We going to 2 games this season.
Nigga, what game was that? What was
The
that? That was
Ravens,
against
Baltimore. Yeah, we smoked them. And we came
Yo,
back.
that shit was crazy.
So look, my final thoughts, man. Can you turn a hoe into a housewife? Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Because women have.
I agree with you, bro.
Because there's varying levels of hoes. So you got
Everyone had a host.
you got
Please
hoes.
reference the,
You
the
got
whole
hoes
poll.
who just can't control their box. You got hoes that was hoes by circumstance. You got hoes that was hoes by mistake. And you got hoes that was hoes in the whole phase. Which
And
majority-
monetary hoes.
Every man wants a hoe.
90% of 80% of women had a whole phase in her life. Either came early or come late. They gonna come one time in their life. So it's all about
Changes.
was she in the whole phase, or was she just that person who couldn't control the box? It's harder to get somebody who can't control their box to be a housewife. It's damn near impossible.
Facts.
I give you a 10% chance.
Facts.
But women who were less hoes by circumstance, yeah, you can absolutely change it, and you do that, by
Niggas do it every day.
elevating them and giving them something better and making them feel better about themselves. Because when a woman is hoeing, it comes from a lack of self-esteem.
Yes.
Comes from a lack of self-care, right?
And fellas, it's okay to wife a hoe. Don't be mad. It's okay.
Hey, PTSD in relationships, women definitely got it way more than men. And this is why 80% of women are chasing 20% of men. So the majority of men are the 80% of men that women aren't chasing. So these dudes ain't worried about PTSD. They let you cheat on them and they still be sticking around with you. Oh yeah, anything you say, babe. So when you're talking about per capita, when you're talking about the numbers, women are carrying that relationship way more because they dealing with these 20% of men who keep playing them out because they got options. So they take that into the relationship with the next top 20 percentile dude, and then with the 80 percentile. This nigga ain't never cheated on nobody, ain't had no coochie in the last 2 months. You like, who you texting, nigga? Who you texting? Because you done took all that PTSD from your relationship to the other relationship. Men,
Poor guy.
When we feel like yo, listen, you ain't right, especially top 20 percentile, we either gonna get rid of your ass,
So ass out of cancel.
or we gonna turn a blind eye because
Cancel
niggas
that
is soft. So that's my final thought on that. Toxic masculinity, it's some bullshit. Toxic behavior is real. Toxic masculinity is fake. Masculinity is a necessary trait, a necessary behavior. Somebody who's toxically masculine is just toxic anywhere. He's toxic when he playing a video game.
Nice.
Nigga toxic all the time for no reason.
I was talking shit to a 9-year-old in Fortnite today.
Like,
mother's a whore. Fuck your mother,
He's just a toxic person.
It's like
I
I'm
think-
only 9.
You feel me? Right, exactly. So toxic masculinity is a trope. It's a trick used by feminists to really wage war on regular masculinity. That's how I feel about that. And then the last point of action, which is feminism. I believe that black women don't got shit to do with that. Y'all don't need to be out here trying to do some feminist shit because y'all fight ain't they fight. Y'all wasn't oppressed as they was oppressed. We ain't have the right to vote. They was raping y'all for centuries. Like sticking you in the holes of slaves, raping y'all. Sticking you in the holes of slave ships, sodomizing your men right in front of you, violating you, disrespecting you, selling your children off. Don't tell me nothing about you ain't had the right to vote. Now all of a sudden you gonna leave the black movement for the feminist movement. Kiss my ass. I ain't got nothing to do with y'all. White women, those movements, you wanted the right to vote, cool. Yeah, but remember, y'all was up there talking all of this. Oh, we were so oppressed. Y'all had black women doing most of y'all work because they were slaves. and black men doing the work that the black women didn't do, and then white men was out here fighting wars and creating laws and taking shit that wasn't there. So and they was on the railroads and the mines and all this bullshit. So at the end of the day, everybody was outside, and I'm not saying y'all ain't did y'all part, but you know, at the end of the day, this wasn't this big oppression like that. Oh, we was in the house cooking and cleaning. No, it wasn't. Motherfucking Aunt Jemima was, nigga. The slave woman was, nigga. Like we was in the house cooking and cleaning for y'all. Y'all was in there doing what y'all want to do. So all of that's bullshit and it's cap. Now with that being said, you know, I believe in the feminism of, you know, women just elevating themselves and being better and growing and, you know, but I believe that's just everybody should be doing that, right? So thank everybody for coming out. I think we got a lot of good footage. We got he gave his final thought first.
Y'all are dope people.
Thank you, man.
Nothing but respect.
Fuck with the vibe. The vibe.
Real quick, I just wanted to say, because they've been asking for this. It's 8 bars. Sometimes I think I'm a strong prophet beyond logic. The dawn god with long pockets that saw a prophet. And when I'm caking, I don't make it off narcotics. The dope come from a flow that's going to go until God stop it. Because I'm the hard prophet. Leem is divine. He is sublime. See, I'm designed to be on my grind. You acting like you can't see it's my time? I can see that you lying because even the blind can see I'm a shine.
Hello.
Talk dirty.
In a real way.
My third eye open, I see with my mind. It's like, my third eye open, I'm seeing the signs. It's like,
Don't get me to going.
all right, go ahead, Lola.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
Lola, flow sicker than Ebola.
Hello, LA.
Until next week, guys. We'll see y'all next week.